sounding like we're all set. Ian, are you ready to bring us in on air?
Yes, sir. Let's get things going.
Sounds good.
Good afternoon.
Let's get joined up with the network and get our commercial partner WLEN joined up with our live stream online and WVAC. I'm going to let you go ahead and take care of that, and thanks to all the folks who are joining us live online and via WVAC. Now here's Ian Wendt to bring us in for our pregame show here on the Adrian College Sports Network. Ian, go ahead.
It is a family day here on the campus of Adrian College. Docking Stadium, a great venue for MIAA Division III football. As Gabe said, I'm Ian Wendt. Here on the Adrian College Sports Network, it's the Scots and the Bulldogs doing battle here today. A couple of teams toward the upper middle of the pack in the MIAA. Coming into today's contest, the Olivet College Comets were 2-0 in the league. They're at the top of the standings with an undefeated 5-0 record. We saw them last week. That is a quality football team. Just under them, it's the Alma Scots, also 2-0 in conference, 4-1 overall, coming in here this afternoon. Hope College 2-0 in the league as well, 4-1 overall. All those teams tied at top of things in the MIAA. Two schools at 1-1. That's these Bulldogs, 1-1. They beat Kalamazoo College, and they lost last week to Olivet. Below Adrian is Kalamazoo. They're 1-1 on the year. Albion 0-2. Trine 0-2. That's the surprise so far for me in the MIAA season. And Finlandia at 0-2. A couple of earlier games that did take place. Hope College, big-time winners over Finlandia. That final score 79-12. A win for the Flying Dutch up there at Hope. Olivet winners at Trine 34-17. So Trine falls to 0-3 in the league. Olivet improves to 3-0. That's a team to be reckoned with. One that preseason was not picked to win this thing. They were actually picked with Adrian to be in a tie for fourth place. So the surprise team so far for the MIAA. Looking at this matchup as we are a few minutes away from kickoff. I did this last week with the Comets and the Bulldogs. Overall records in the last 5 seasons. Adrian, they're 22-23 the last 5 years. This year, they're 2-3, 1-1 in the conference, looking to bounce back here today. Alma College, identical records in the last 5 seasons, 22-23. They're having a great 2019 campaign, 4-1 on the year, 2-0 in the conference. 2018 was a tough one for the Scots. They went 2-8 overall, 1-6 in the MIAA. 2017, 4-6. 2016, they were 7-3, 4-2 in the league. And in 2015, they were an even 5-5 overall, 4-2 in the MIAA. The Bulldogs, winners of 9 of the last 10 against the Scots, a very historic matchup here this afternoon. And when Gabe joins me in the studio, I'm going to put him on the spot. I have matchups that we're going to kind of give a favor to. We're looking at the Adrian offense against the Alma defense, so on and so forth. So be tuned in for that as well. I'm going to run through some key stats for these ball clubs. We'll start with the home team, Adrian College. Points per game, 22.8. Points per game allowed. They dropped that number down a little bit. They're now at 36.6. Yards per game. This team can move the football, 381.4 yards average per game, but they give up an average of 473 yards per contest. Have to shore things up defensively. Passing yards per game, Adrian, 236. 144 are their rushing numbers per game. Third down conversions, Adrian is 39% on the year. They're 30 for 77. Fourth down conversions, 2 of 10. That's good for 20%. Red zone touchdown percentage, Adrian 52%, 11 of 21. Time of possession just over half the game at 30 minutes and 43 seconds. Turnover differential, Bulldogs are -2 on the season. Real quick for the Scots, as you hear the band play the fight song, the team is coming out onto the field. Alma scores 31 points per game. They give up 19.2. They move the ball as well, 381.6 yards per game, yards per game allowed. They are at 332.6, so that average is down just a little bit as well. Third down conversions, they are 30 of 66. That's 45%, and they are 5 for 5 on fourth downs this year. Red zone touchdown percentage, they are 46% on the year, 12 of 26. We're going to pause for our national anthem. We'll be back with more after this break on the Adrian College Sports Network.
The Adrian College Sports Network wants you to join us in thanking one of our sponsors. The service never stops once you visit CR Motors in Hudson. CR Motors builds customers for life. With a full automotive service and maintenance department, CR Motors both repairs and sells vehicles. They have tons of brand new options and top-of-the-line used options too. A huge thanks to CR Motors of Hudson for sponsoring Adrian College Athletics. The Adrian College Sports Network wants you to join us in thanking one of our sponsors. The service never stops once you visit CR Motors in Hudson. CR Motors builds customers for life. With a full automotive service and maintenance department, CR Motors both repairs and sells vehicles. They have tons of brand new options and top-of-the-line used options too. A huge thanks to CR Motors of Hudson for sponsoring Adrian College Athletics.
Welcome back here on the campus of Adrian College. Gabriel Schrei here with Ian Wendt. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Adrian College Sports Network. Here live on WVAC, WLEN, and ACTV, and in stereo, thank goodness. Thanks in part to our excellent crew, Tom Peterson,
The Adrian
Laura
College
Rakowski,
Sports Network wants you to
Schaefer,
join us in
Zoe
thanking one of our
Deslip,
sponsors.
Ryan Cuddy here in the booth with Ian and I, Kaylee Altman, and of course Mason Hostet, who are engineering out here in the field. Thanks so much to everyone for making today's game possible and for making it such a powerful broadcast. Bulldogs have a good chance here today. They got knocked off last week, last minute on an interception. It was if it was a hockey game, Ian, I would have said it was a bit of bad puck luck.
Yeah, they had a chance against a really good football team going into that one. Olivet undefeated. They stay undefeated. A last-second unfortunate play just off the hands of the Bulldog receiver, intercepted by Olivet inside their 5. They kill the clock. They win the game. But you're right. They have a chance, and they've done their job against Alma. I said before they've won 9 of 10 against Alma, their last 10. So 90% win percentage in 10 years. That's a really good number. Looking at some numbers, speaking of that, we will start with Alma College. For the passing leader is Ryan Stevens. He's a junior, completing just under 58% of his throws, 664 yards on the year, 5 touchdowns, 5 interceptions for Stevens. Rushing the football, that's number 10, Austin Spratling. He's a senior, 68 attempts, 329 yards, and 2 touchdowns for him. Now, Ryan Stevens, the quarterback, he's their second leading rusher. We see that a lot with Alma. Their quarterbacks love to run the football. 44 carries, 204 yards. He's found pay dirt 4 times. Rushing again for Alma, that's number 3, Dustin Solomon. He's a freshman, 27 carries for him, 206 yards. He's found the end zone 2 times. Receiving for Alma, we're going to see 86, Joseph Schaefer. He's their tight end. He's a junior, 222 yards, 3 touchdowns for the year. Spratling can catch the ball as well. Golaski as well. Nathan Golaski, a sophomore, 5 catches on the season for him. But it's really those 2 guys, Schaefer and Spratling, that are going to catch the ball for Alma.
You ready for this? I'm going to rattle off some quick facts. Folks in your car, we're going to have football in less than 3 minutes, so buckle your seatbelt. Hang on tight. I'm going to rattle off a few numbers as we get coin toss underway, and that'll be followed very closely by kickoff. Alma leads this all-time series 48-31. That began in 1911, but Adrian has won 11 of the past 12 meetings between these teams. That's right, 11 of the last 12. Sophomore quarterback Jack Werzer, that's Adrian College football's quarterback, is first in MIAA passing with 236.6 yards per game. That's 57% completion rate. That's 5th in the conference. Last season, Adrian won 28-23 on the road behind Werzer's 256 yards passing. He went 17 for 25 for 2 touchdowns against his team last year. He was just a freshman. Sophomore wide receiver Clarence Madison had 26 receptions, 243 yards. Last season, he had 8 catches for 82 yards in that contest. Junior wide receiver Henry Wilson tops the MIAA with 96 receiving yards per game. That's 24 yards per grab on 20 receptions. And senior running back Colton Randall is third in the MIAA in rushing with 88 yards per game. Freshman running back Jerome Neal, 11th in the conference, 43 rushing yards per game. He leads the Bulldogs with 5 touchdowns, which is 5th in the MIAA. Been a great offensive attack so far this year, and Adrian is hoping that'll heat up here today.
Yeah, a lot of numbers for this offense, a lot of yards. They need to put the ball in the end zone. That's going to be the key. I don't think field goals are going to beat this Alma College team.
No.
Adrian has to find pay dirt, and that's going to be on the quarterback, Jack Werza, to get things done. Just under 57% completion. As you mentioned, crazy numbers already, over 1,000 yards passing on this season. I kind of made up a little contest I'd like to play with you really quick. It's the game of matchups. All right, here we go. So Adrian pass offense or Alma pass defense? Who's going to win that?
Adrian
Who has
pass
the edge?
offense.
All right.
Adrian pass offense.
Alma passing offense, Adrian pass defense. I don't think Alma throws the ball too much,
No.
That's hard to tell there. Adrian's rushing attack against Alma's rush defense.
Adrian's rush defense.
Let's see, special teams for both teams. Who has the edge?
I'm going to say Alma.
All right, I agree with you on most of those. I think our special teams has improved. That's like a 51-49 split for me.
Yeah.
I think the difference in this one will be, can Adrian contain the run? That's been their Achilles heel so far this season. Alma loves to run the football. Adrian knows that Alma likes to run the football. It's going to be a matter of who makes the plays in the hole. I'm looking for Dwight Mann to have a big day, as I am accustomed to expecting from him.
Dwight Mann has been electric so far this season. We'll see if he can keep it up. 15 minutes on the clock. Kickoff going from left to right on your radio dial for those of you who have not joined us live online. And we are underway. The Scots field the ball back on their 15. Return man across the 20. Now the 30 stays on his feet. Sheds a tackle at the 30 and tackled down at the 45 of their own side of the field. What a return by Nick Hartner, the junior receiver from Beaverton, Michigan.
Yeah, great start for Alma. They travel well. They've packed the stands across from us at Docking Family Stadium. And making the tackle was the kicker, Nathan Bowman, freshman from Temperance. Getting in there, laying a nice hit on the return man, but excellent field position for the Scots offense to get things underway.
Again, those of you in your cars, in your garage, in your kitchen, sitting by the radio in the den, Alma will be working right to left on your radio dial. They have 2 receivers out wide to the right. Quarterback fakes the give, looks to throw, uncorks one down the field, tipped and dropped, nearly intercepted by the Bulldog DB right there. The quarterback on the play had a good look. Mason Epple from Jenison, Michigan, the senior, let it fly. His intended receiver right there was Chase Hinkle from Concord.
Yeah, we'll see Alma, I think, play a couple of quarterbacks in this one. I talked about Stevens in the pregame and Ipple as well. Showing off his arm a little behind his target, and a good play by the Bulldog defender.
Ipple sends a man in motion. There's the give up the gut, but a whistle before this offensive play can even begin. A false start flagged against the offense, so they'll march back the Scots.
And Adrian needed that after giving up field position on special teams, backing up Alma on that second down play after a good pass breakup on first down.
Second down, 15 to go. Football on the 41-yard line of Alma. There we go, got it right on the board. That was confusing. 2 out wide to the right for Ipple. He's in the gun. 1 tailback at his side. This time wants to throw. Pressure coming. Sees the linebacker. Throws the football as he takes a shot, and the receiver got a hold of it, but he was out of play. Wow. First of all, the Bulldog linebacker screams in there to bring the pressure, forcing the bad look for the quarterback. But Ipple, what a great play by him, even if it's just to get rid of the football.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head right there, Gabe. The pressure immediately. The defense knew it was coming. They knew Ipple was going to throw on that play. a linebacker blitzed. It looked like Sam Madrid. I'll try to get the number for you there, but if it is, that's a freshman who's been playing a lot. He's from Adrian High School, a local kid, streaking in there to make a play on the quarterback.
4 out wide, 2 on either side. Ipple in the gun. There's the snap, looking downfield, wants to throw. This one, a laser over the middle, incomplete. Again, intended for that senior from Concord, Chase Hinkle. And Hinkle could not hang on to the football. It's funny, I was at Concord last night. They dropped a heartbreaker to Homer High School.
Yeah, that's right in there for the senior. He has to make that play. That's a 3rd and long. Your line holds up, gives Ipple time to throw the football, and I think Mason's looked pretty good in his first 2 throws. They were incompletions, but I think he's seeing the field well. He knows where the ball needs to go. That should have been picked up, and that's a big break for the Bulldog defense.
Yeah, absolutely, and Jim Deere is taking note of that right now. The coaching staff in the box to our left is taking note of that and saying, hey, these guys can throw the football if they get things linking up. Just 40 seconds into this game, and the first offensive possession of the day is already over for Alma College's Scots. The Bulldogs get the football back down on their own 29-yard line. They'll move left to right on your radio dial. This is Lenawee County's NCAA football team, Ian.
And on that 2nd down play, they had a false start, a pre-snap penalty. This team's only been penalized 17 times through 5 games, so they are very disciplined. We don't see it there on that play. And looking at the stats before this one, I wasn't sure if Alma was going to throw the football at all. I thought they were going to run, and see what they can do with that. But 3 straight passes out of the gate for Alma, and the Bulldogs stand strong.
Well, Ian chatted with the coaching staff before the game, and they are expecting a big day out of the offense. They're hoping for at least 4 or 5 touchdowns. They know they'll need that to win this football game. And the last 2 times they've played Alma at home, they've hung 50 on them each time. So the challenge is out. The word is out to freshman quarterback. Well, he was a freshman. Now sophomore quarterback Jack Werzer. You have to defeat the Alma College Scots again, this time by a larger margin and at home. 3 out wide here on 1st and 10 for him. 2 to his left. Quarterback pitches it back. Tailback bounces to the outside and went off the outside hip of the left tackle, but nothing doing for him as he gains just 3 yards. It's now 2nd and 7.
And that little toss play to either the left or right has really been the only running play that's worked with any consistency for this offense. They haven't been able to do much up front because they're not really undersized, but they are undersized up front. So they're trying to find those seams to the outside. Just didn't quite work there.
2nd and 7, football from their own 21-yard line. Adrian, check down pass, and his receiver makes a man miss. He's tackled down. Screen pass works pretty well. Pickup of about 5 yards. It's now 3rd and short for Adrian. They need about a yard, and they'll have a 1st and 10 here.
Looking at receiving for the Bulldogs, their top guy, he's really come out of nowhere, is Clarence Madison. Really slow start. He's really picked things up. 26 catches. 2 of those have gone the distance.
Clock winding. 3 out wide, 2 to the left of the sophomore quarterback. There's the snap. Looks to throw. A bomb left side. Caught. Wide open receiver. Crosses the midfield stripe. 1st and 10, Adrian Bulldogs down into Alma Scott territory.
Wilson with a catch. He's the 3rd leading receiver in terms of catches. He's leading the team in yardage, 480 coming into this one. He has only 1 touchdown. If he beat that 1 defender, it's a score, but that's a tendency breaker. That's a 3rd and 2. You're thinking these guys are going to run the football. They got 3 yards on 1st down. They'll try for it on 3rd, but Werzer really let one fly, and a good catch by Wilson. Adrian in plus territory now.
Adrian College over the midfield stripe here. Chain gang struggling to catch up. Hey, I missed a thank you during our pregame. Dale Gartner. He's back in the studio helping out today.
All right.
Gotta love Dale, man. That's important. 1st and 10, football on the 44. The Scots, Adrian with it. They're driving now after a big completion, Ian. That was a 20-yard plus pass through the air. Jack Werzer, the quarterback, running through his cadence, tried to draw them off sides, gives it to the tailback, and he'll gain 3 yards. Same situation as that first play of the drive, a pickup of 3 yards following the left tackle. It's 2nd and medium.
And that's a good formula to win football games. They call it staying ahead of the chains. Alma got behind the chains their first possession with that penalty, but if you get 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, that opens up your entire playbook on 2nd down.
2nd down now. Looks to be about 6 yards. Pitch, close side. Tailback is way in the backfield. Colton Randall hurdles a man. Unbelievable. Tackled down as he reaches the 40. So he will nearly return to the line of scrimmage. A short loss, if any at all. Wow, what effort hurdling the defender.
Yeah, Mike Halata was the guilty party there. You know those jumping boxes they have in the gym? That's the part he played on that play. No, not too much room for Randall. He either got back to the line or lost a yard, but that's tough running when there was nothing there.
3rd and 6, football on the 40 of the Scots. The away team is loud here inside of Docking Family Stadium. 3 out wide, 2 on the far side. Werzer wants to throw. Here's a laser over the middle. Caught. Bulldog receiver marked down for now on the 34-yard line. That is just shy of first down yardage. Ian, do you go for it here?
Yeah, coach switching up some personnel. We see Cal Raker, a tight end, come into the game. Clarence Madison in as well. They'll switch a couple of guys out. And it looks like a power package. They like to run behind the tight end, number 87, Cal Raker. He's lined up on the left right now, but they'll bring him in motion back and forth to kind of dictate where the football's going.
Folks at home, it's 4th and 1, football in the 34 of the Scots. Adrian needs a first down. Werzer in the gun. Here's the give to the tailback. Jerome Neal makes a man miss, slips a couple of tackles, and reaches down to the 28-yard line. 1st and 10, Adrian Bulldogs, and they are threatening on the threshold of the red zone.
Yeah, they just followed Cal Raker. As I said, pre-snap, he was lined up on the left. Team went to the left, and there's a Scott down. That's a huge conversion for Adrian on 4th down. They're just outside the kicking range of sophomore Cooper West. Not far enough away to punt the football. That's the right call to go for it, and a nice execution right there.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Hopefully that Scott is all right. We'll take a quick 30-second break. Be right back here on the Adrian College Sports Network.
The Adrian College Sports Network wants you to join us in thanking one of our sponsors, the Carlton Lodge of Adrian. The Carlton Lodge offers a comfortable and convenient lodging experience. Carlton has spacious rooms and suites, fit for a peaceful night's sleep. Their amenities include a hot tub and pool, a 24-hour fitness center, a business center, and much more. A huge thanks to Adrian College's choice of lodging for sponsoring Bulldog Athletics.
Welcome back here on the Adrian College Sports Network. 10.5 left in the first quarter. Adrian threatening to score on their first offensive possession of the day. Football down on the 28-yard line of the Scots. Check down pass. Who else, Ian? They went to him 3 times last week, and 3 times in a row he dropped the football, but they didn't give up on him. Harry Bailey kept dialing up passing plays to Clarence Madison, and it worked out.
Yeah, I don't like giving people nicknames, but I think Clarence Madison is the roller coaster of this football team. He can have a horrible start, 3 drops, but he scored a 52-yard touchdown last weekend at Olivet. A big momentum shift in this game. He's a difference maker when he's out there making plays.
3 out wide, 2 on the far side. Werzer glances to the left. Tailback alongside him. 2nd and short. Jerome Neal throws a block. Pass right side intended for Henry Wilson is incomplete. Wilson was double covered. Werzer missed him by just a couple of feet.
Boy, great eyes there, Gabe. A nice pickup by Jerome Neal in the backfield. Alma blitzed a couple of linebackers inside. That left Neal out alone to block the defensive end. He did a good job. Gave Werzer an extra half second to throw that pass, but good coverage on the back end by the Scots, forcing that incompletion.
I'm not going to lie, I'm crutching on you today to be the real eyes here. I've got a migraine, and it's horrible. The shades are helping, though. 3 out wide, 2 on the far side. Jerome Neal takes the give, follows the left tackle, cuts inside of his hip, and again, Ian, now this time inside of the red zone, the football on the 19-yard line, but it is 4th and 1, and Adrian will have to decide to go for it or not to go for it. 9.5 left in the first quarter.
Yeah, no hesitation. Coach Deere's going for this thing. Cal Raker back in the game. Colton Randall, the senior running back. He'll be in the backfield. He'll probably get a look on this play. It's another 4th and short, but they are well within field goal range. Like we said, you have to score touchdowns to beat Alma College.
4th and 1, football from the 19-yard line of the Scots. 3 receivers out wide. Here's the pitch. Colton Randall has an easy seam, follows the right tackle, and that's first down yardage. Adrian now has a 1st and 10 inside of the red zone on the 16-yard line of the Alma Scots.
Yeah, the pressure play on defense to create that pressure. We've seen Alma blitz linebackers. They're blitzing up the middle, that A gap and B gap in that offensive line, and coaching staff recognized that. They put Raker out on the edge to get a block out there, ran that sweep play, and that got just enough.
Again, 3 out wide, same formation here on 1st and 10 as the previous play. 2 on the far side. Werzer, there's the snap. Give up the gut. Colton Randall runs the spin move, reaches the 15. A gain of just 1 yard on 1st and 10.
Yeah, just nothing doing right there. One of those defensive leaders for Alma is Patrick Height. He's a defensive lineman, a sophomore. 31 tackles for this team, 2.5 sacks, 6 tackles for loss. Almost had one right there, but a difference maker for Alma College, makes a play on first down.
2nd down and 9, football on the 15-yard line. Trips left this time, 5 out wide, 2 on the close side. Left to right on your radio dial for those of you joining us via radio. Check down pass, close side. Kyer Johnson with a stutter step. Cuts back across the 10 and tackled down as he reaches nearly to the 5-yard line. Ian, judging by the far official, that's enough for a 1st and goal.
That's a great play by Johnson. Almost an understatement. Really changes directions well. And he's another one of those players, when you get the football in his hand, he can make plays. You saw him play in high school. This kid has talent, and the Bulldogs really trying to insert him into this very dynamic offense.
Yeah, Harry Bailey loves this kid. He says his problem is he has too much talent to try and spread the ball out to. Here's the give, left side. The freshman from Deerfield Beach, Florida, reaches inside of the 5-yard line. It's now 2nd and goal as he gets down to the 4. Jerome Neal with a nice carry. But yeah, back to Kyer Johnson. Kyer Johnson has been just electric, and it's so much fun to see the former Lumen Christi Titan, the former state champion, contributing here at Adrian College.
Yeah, like I said, it's another playmaker. There are a lot of playmakers on this offense, and there's only one football, so the center gets to touch it every play, and most typically the quarterback, so it's tough to spread things around, and that's the first touch for Johnson. We'll see how else they can involve him in this game.
Trips left, Clarence Madison on the close side, all alone. Werzer, there's the give. No, it's a quarterback keeper. He's running with the football. 3 defenders right there. He's dragged down hard. Back on the 8-yard line, it's 3rd and goal. Bulldogs nothing doing offensively. 6.5 minutes to go in the first quarter, Ian.
Yeah, that puts them in a position now to throw this football. They're at the 9-yard line, and something I've kind of been surprised about, and you might be as well, is that Werzer hasn't really been a threat running the football. I'm sure that's by design. You want to keep your quarterback in the pocket. We know the kind of legs that Jack Werzer has. He can get it, but unsuccessful on that one.
Here we go. The away stands are loud here inside of Docking Family Stadium. 3 out wide, 2 on the close side. Werzer wants to throw. Looks for the check down pass over the middle. Caught. Touchdown, Adrian Bulldogs. Who else? Clarence Madison runs the inseam route. He was wide open and walks into the end zone untouched. It's 6-0 here inside of Docking Family Stadium.
Madison came to play this football game. He is ready to go. He's been targeted a couple times. Finds pay dirt, a good throw by Werzer. Bulldogs on the board first.
6:05 left in the first quarter. It's 6-0 here inside of Docking Family Stadium. PAT, snap is good, hold is good. This one is up, away, and through. 7-0 now the score. Bulldogs lead here early. We'll take a 30-second break. Be right back with more Bulldog football here on the Adrian College Sports Network.
The Adrian College Sports Network wants you to join us in thanking one of our sponsors, Lenawee Recreation. Lenawee Recreation has been a staple of fun in Adrian for decades. Lenawee Recreation offers bowling, fun, games, and so much more. Lenawee Recreation offers ZZ's Bar and Grill. It has a variety of lunch and dinner options available. Lenawee Rec is located on College Ave in Adrian. A huge thank to Adrian's Bowling Alley and Barside Grill for sponsoring Adrian College Athletics. The Adrian College Sports Network wants you to join us in thanking one of our sponsors, Lenawee Recreation.
Welcome
Lenawee
back here on the
Recreation
Adrian
has been a
College
staple
Sports
of fun
Network.
in
Gabriel
Adrian for
Schry
decades.
here alongside Ian
Lenawee
Went.
Recreation offers
Bulldogs
bowling,
lead
fun.
7-0
The service
here
never
inside
stops
Docking
once you visit
Family
CR
Stadium.
Motors in Hudson.
Ryan Cuddy is
CR
here in the
Motors
booth with us.
builds customers
Silent to
for
this
life
point.
with a full automotive.
Just trying to work the switcher, but I think as Adrian College kicks it off.
Return man fields it back on the 10. Here come the Scots. Nothing doing. Big tackle made by the Adrian Bulldogs right there. Way to contribute on special teams, stymieing Nick Hartner, the junior.
I think for Adrian College, though, this is a perfect start. Were able to get Alma out of 3 and out after they started with possession. Kind of a few drops from Alma, but still Adrian College was able to make the stop and then have a long, drawn-out drive where they kind of just dominated on the ground, and then Worzer was able to make a few passes. And then, so I think for Adrian College, it's a perfect dream start that they could have possibly imagined.
1st and 10, football on their own 20. Alma College and the Scots got it back. They're changing formation entirely, moving 4 players around here on offense. Now 2 out wide to the right, originally just 1. There's the give, up the gut, tailback, driving forward and rumbles across the 25, dragging the pile with him down to the 28-yard line. It's now 2nd and short for the Scots.
And that's what I expected from Alma out of the gate, was really setting the tone by running the football. They tried 3 passes on their first possession, and as we alluded to, that Bulldog drive, just about 7 minutes of game time, a 4th down conversion, not once, but twice, and they get the ball in the end zone. But this is what I want to see from Alma. That's their bread and butter, is running the football.
2nd down and 1 to go. Football on the 29-yard line. Ipple. There's the give again up the gut. This time the tailback gets 1st down yardage. Forward progress takes him to the 31. The gain of 2 yards means, again, it is a 1st and 10 for the Scots off the heels of Dustin Solomon.
Yeah, 3rd leading rusher for the Scots in terms of attempts, 27 on the season, 206 yards. He's found the end zone twice. So a few capable backs, and we know Ipple can run the football if needed for Alma College. A nice pickup there on 2nd down.
1st and 10, football from their own 32-yard line now, Ian. Those of you listening along on the radio, our longtime commercial partner, WLEN, we're moving right to left on your radio dial. Ipple, there's the give, right side. Tailback driving forward, and they'll give him a generous spot. Gets him about a yard on forward progress. That looks about right. 2nd down and 9 now.
Alma, following the blocking of Steve Soa, the tight end, pulled around on that play, but Adrian stuffs the gap. They read it very well and make a solid tackle on 1st down.
2 out wide to the left. Ipple back in the gun. 1 tailback at his side. It's Solomon. There's the snap. Faking the give. Wants to throw. Pressure coming. Gonna have to run. Slings it left side. Caught. Wow, what a job evading the pressure and getting rid of that football. Wide open Nathan Goralski, the sophomore from Romeo, Michigan, snagged that one down on the sideline. Easy.
Yeah, and you would think Ipple's going to run the football there. He had some green space, but able to stay aware, know what's going on, look downfield. You hear that a lot in the pro game. This guy's always looking downfield, evading pressure, looking downfield. He's rolling to his right, so he'd have to either throw on the run or stop his feet, get set, and throw the football. Nice pitch and catch for Alma College.
3:50 to go in the first quarter, 7-0 the score. Adrian leads here at home. Alma with the football right now, driving. 1st and 10 from their own 45. There's the give on the sweep. It's that same receiver, Goralski. Throws the stiff arm, and now 3 Bulldogs drag him down hard after a gain of a yard, maybe 2. It's 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, that's a man making the tackle, but I'm going to highlight a 37, Anthony Frederick. He's the outside corner on that play. He sees the sweep coming. He reads it. His job is to not break contain. Supposed to, be the most outside guy, not let them get outside of him. He did that, forced the play inside, and man has just been the man for this defense making the tackle.
2nd and 8, football from their own 47-yard line. Ipple in the offense looking to the sideline. Couch shouting onto the field, and he wants a timeout. Yes, indeed. The Scots take a timeout with exactly 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. 7-0 is the tally in favor of the hometown Adrian Bulldogs. They lead as they're hosting the Scots here on the Adrian College Sports Network. We'll take a 30-second break. Be right back with more football.
The Adrian College Sports Network wants you to join us in thanking one of our sponsors, the Carlton Lodge of Adrian. The Carlton Lodge offers a comfortable and convenient lodging experience. Carlton has spacious rooms and suites, fit for a peaceful night's sleep. Their amenities include a hot tub and pool, a 24-hour fitness center, a business center, and much more. A huge thanks to Adrian College's Choice of Lodging for sponsoring Bulldog Athletics.
Welcome back here on the Adrian College Sports Network. Gabriel Schrei here with Ian Wendt, Ryan Cuddy in the booth with us. Getting Ryan a little on-air action.
Yeah, I think the second drive for Alma is much more of what you would expect. That first drive, they had a couple pass plays, went downfield. They're sticking to the ground on this drive, and I think that's more of what you're accustomed to seeing Alma do on the offensive end.
2nd and 8, football from the 47 here, Ian. Ippel in the gun, gonna run with it. It's a quarterback keeper, makes a man miss, stays on his feet as he crosses the midfield stripe and stumbles down to the 45. That was almost comical. I mean, they had all the time in the world to reach the quarterback, and he knew exactly how much time he had to run with the football. Stayed calm under duress and stumbled forward for a 1st and 10.
Yeah, you'd expect a sharp offensive play coming out of a timeout. Ippel ran with it well, and we've seen that over the years with him. But kudos to Kevin Smitherman, the man on the defensive line, making that tackle. Even though it's a 1st down, Ippel had some space to run.
1st and 10, football down to the 44-yard line of Adrian. Adrian leads here. The Scots are driving, 3 out wide, faking the give to the tailback. Ippel wants to throw, now going to run with it. The quarterback throws down a juke and tackled down as he reaches towards the 35-yard line. He's at a play at the 36. Going to be a short yardage situation. 2:15 to go in the first quarter. 7-0 Adrian lead.
You need a smart, experienced quarterback to run that play. That's a couple options you had on that. The first was to give to the running back. If that play wasn't there, it's a run for the quarterback. The run was there, but I think there's a third option off that, and it's to throw the football. We might see that later on in this game.
Mason Ippel in the Scots offense. Back to the line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and short to go. 2 yards to get the 1st down. There's the give to the tailback, following the guards in the center, and the pile rumbles forward down to the 33-yard line of Adrian. 1st and 10, Alma Scots.
Almost so tough to stop in short yardage situations. 2nd and 2 there. They just keep it on the ground up the middle, and that's kind of their bread and butter on offense.
.80 left in the first quarter.
Alma needed this drive to stay in this football game. We know Adrian can score points in bunches, and the Bulldogs just went on a 7+ minute drive to score. It was imperative for this team to string a couple of 1st downs together, run the football. Alma's looked sharp on offense right here.
3 out wide, 2 on the far side. Ippel tossed. Ooh, nearly tipped. Nearly batted down. Remember the linebacker who brought the pressure so long ago for the Bulldogs? Screamed in there. Dwight Mann made Ippel hurry a pass on that first drive, and it led to them going 3 and out and having to get rid of the football. Well, here, he swatted at the football and missed, but the receiver was so sure it would be batted down, he wasn't ready for the ball to hit him in the hands.
Yeah, a little bit of a weird play on 1st down, but if you're the Bulldog defense, you'll take it, give yourself a little break, a little breather, because you're pretty sure a rush is coming up here on 2nd down. Alma's been picking up chunk yardage on the ground.
7-0 score here in the first quarter. Quarterback keeper Ippel is in trouble, and here come 2 Bulldog defenders. He's tackled down for a loss of 2. It's 3rd and long here with under 60 seconds to go in the first.
Yeah, and they were teeing off on the run on that play. A linebacker's up tight, playing the run first, attack downhill. I was watching pre-snap. The safeties aren't more than 8 to 10 yards from the line of scrimmage, and you have to do that against Alma, who really like to run the football.
7-0, 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. Adrian leads here at home. Scots trying to draw them offside. Clock continues to run. Scott's looking to the sideline, getting an audible. 4 out wide, 2 on either side. Ipple looks left, running through his cadence, wants to throw, looking left, uncorks one down the field, tipped and dropped. In and out of the hands of the Scott receiver. That means it's 4th and 12 from the 35-yard line of Adrian with 8 seconds left in the first quarter.
I saw Sam Madrid from his linebacker spot and Steven Moses over there to make a play on the football. I think that pass was there, just not perfect, and that's what it had to be from Mason Ipple. And now an interesting situation here on 4th and long. The offense out here as of now, they're either going for this thing or it's going to be a quarterback pooch punt. A huge play right here toward the end of the quarter.
Here we go, 4th and 12. Ipple is in the gun, 4 out wide, wants to throw. Pressure coming, he's hit, staying on his feet. 2 Bulldogs have him, and there's the whistle. A pair of blitzing defenders reached Ipple, and there was nothing he could do but hang on to the football. Turnover on downs. Adrian gets the football back with 1.8 seconds to go in the first quarter. They lead 7-0.
And on that possession for Adrian, if you're able to stop Alma on the kind of first down, second down, make them get into passing situations, that can really help you out. Because obviously Alma's got that great rushing attack, but they were there. They were 3rd and 12. They were able to get a stop and then setting up a long 4th down. And then they were forced into a tough passing situation, and they were able to get the sack.
Werzer, 1st and 10, moving left to right on your radio dial. There's the give, left side, tailback follows the left tackle, boiling forward, and he'll be down all the way to the 46-yard line of the Scots. Enough for a 1st and 10 as these two teams take a break and switch sides of the field. We'll be right back in 30 seconds with more Bulldog football here on the Adrian College Sports Network. Welcome back here on the Adrian College Sports Network. Gabriel Schrei here with Ian Went, Ryan Cuddy in the booth with us today. Ian, what a first quarter of action. 7-0 right now in favor of the Adrian Bulldogs, and they have the football.
Yeah, Adrian with only 1 possession on offense, but they scored a touchdown on it. So they're looking sharp in the few plays we've had to see them. But one change I've noticed with this defense is they're playing aggressive. They are blitzing linebackers. They're sending people from all over the place, really overwhelming this Alma College offensive line, who's really good at run blocking. Adrian really testing out their pass blocking ability, and they've gotten home to Mason Ipple a couple of times, able to make that excellent play on 4th down that sets up this offense with prime field position.
First and 10, football from the 46-yard line of the Scots. Adrian moving right to left on your radio dial. 3 out wide, 2 on the far side, 1 on the close side. Colton Randall as the tailback, joining sophomore quarterback Jack Werzer in the backfield. Madison, the lone receiver on the close side. Werzer finishes his cadence, fakes the give. Check down pass, caught, receiver wide open, staying on his feet, fighting through defenders. And finally, the trio of Scott defenders drag him down, but not before a 20-yard gain down to the 25 of Alma College. 1st and 10, and they're threatening to enter the red zone here to begin the second quarter of action.
When you watch replays and any level of football, you love it when the receiver goes over the top, up top to make a catch. You're like, wow, that's an athletic play. Wilson pretty much grabbed that off the turf. A good catch by him off the play-action pass from Jack Werzer. And these receivers have really stepped up for Adrian in this first half.
Werzer, check down pass right side, intercepted! Oh no, perfectly read by the linebacker. He's gone! Touchdown, Alma Scots! What an unbelievable read by the defender. Wow, that's amazing.
It's like he was in the offensive huddle. Alma gets a defensive score. And their offense couldn't get it done. Their defense does, and those Scots are going wild on the visiting sideline.
perfectly read on the defense there. Just read Wurzer's eyes all the way and just completely jumped that screen route, that little bubble screen on the side.
That's a tough break for an offense that's looked really good, and I think Alma was sick of getting beat on those little out routes. The defender jumped it and took it for 6.
7-6 the score. Here's the PAT for the Scots. Snap is good. Hold is good. Here's the kick. This one is going to go up, away, and through. It's 7-7 here on the Adrian College Sports Network. We'll take a 30-second break with these two teams. Be right back with more MIAA football.
The Adrian College Sports Network wants you to join us in thanking one of our sponsors, Gurgen Insurance Group. Gurgen offers many services and products to fulfill the goals of their clients. Honesty, integrity, confidentiality, and service are the cornerstones of Gurgen Insurance Group. Their missions is to positively impact the communities they serve by providing insurance and products through well-trained professional representatives. A huge thanks to Gurgen Insurance for sponsoring Adrian College Athletics.
Welcome back here on the Adrian College Sports Network. Gabriel Schrei here alongside my longtime partner, Ian Wendt. Ian, it's been a minute.
Sure has. A lot of action, a couple of touchdowns on the board. Here in the early going, this second quarter has been something to behold. Alma College makes a defensive play, picking off Jack Wurzer and taking it back to the house. And for Wurzer, that's his 7th interception on the season. I think that one's on him. A lot of them have been tipped balls and intercepted, but you have to make a better throw on that, and it was a great play, not to take anything away from the defensive player in that instance, but maybe a better option next time for Jack.
Oh, the Bulldogs are going to be unlucky. They're going to have to return this one from the 1-yard line. Return man scoops it up. He's in trouble. Tackled down at the 3. Well, he had to pick it up. He couldn't just leave it at the 1. That's better than the 1.
Yep, get your pitching wedge out. The kicker for Alma put some English, some backspin on that football. Just let it bounce, did Adrian College, and they're going to pay for it. And now this offense that was just out there gave up that big play. They're going to have to drive this ball 97 yards to find pay dirt, and they have the ability to do so, but Alma's going to have their ears pinned back on this defensive possession.
Alma Scots are in ideal position to start this next defensive drive. The football on the 3-yard line of the Adrian Bulldogs. For those of you listening on the radio, that means Adrian would have to go 97 yards from right to left on your radio dial to score. Too wide to the left of Wurzer. He's going to give it to the tailback who's headed right side. Colton Randall following the right tackle, pushing the pile forward. He'll reach the 7. Nice little gain of 4 yards there on 1st and 10.
Well, it's tough to run the football when the defense knows you're running the football. So pinned inside the 5, not too much the offense can do except run it. And a nice job blocking up front by Ben Pelletier, Max Protsky, and Joshua Brown, making things happen inside for Adrian.
2nd down and 6. Football from the 7 of Adrian. Here's the tailback again. Colton Randall hurdles a man, reaches down to the 12-yard line. It's now 3rd and short for Adrian. 13:30 to go here in the second quarter, all tied up 7-7.
Yeah, good play in there by Alma's number 24, Max Kretschmar, making a play on Randall. And this is another 3rd and short. Adrian's been pretty good in these 3rd and 4th down situations in the second half, or first half rather.
3rd and 2, football on their own 12-yard line. Adrian all tied up. Wurzer in the gun. Jerome Neal, the freshman from Deerfield Beach, is with him. They give it off. Clarence Madison following Neal, and he is tackled down. Nothing he could do. Jerome Neal did set a good block, but the defender right there, Ryan Nadlicki, the junior from Traverse City, came through untouched and dragged down Clarence Madison. And when you're a receiver the size of Clarence Madison, you don't escape a defensive lineman like that.
Yeah, no, get caught in the paws, and you're going to go down every single time. But an interesting play call right there. A couple of runs up the middle looked pretty successful. And on the 3rd down, they try to break things to the outside. Nothing there. Solid defense by the Scots.
12 minutes to go here in the second quarter. 7-7. The punter standing on the L of Bulldogs. Snap is low, barely got it away. And the Scots are fired up as this goes out of play. The official will mark the football at the 21-yard line. No, he's moving back down to the 16-yard line of the Adrian Bulldogs, and that's where the Scots will take this one over.
There was pressure, there was a bad snap, and I'm not sure if that football got tipped or not. It looked like it. On the season, Austin Banky averages 36.6 yards per punt. That one might net 2 yards on that one, and Adrian special teams coming back to bite him here against the Scots.
Some big momentum plays here in the past couple of possessions for Alma. They had the pick six, and then with the kick, the special teams downing them inside the 5, and then even that blocked punt right there.
1st and 10, football on the 16. 2 on either side. Scott's quarterback following the right tackle, runs the spin move and tackled down after a gain of about 4 on the keeper. It's going to make it 2nd and medium for Alma College. Again, threatening to score now, folks at home. They are inside of the red zone, all tied up 7-7, 12 minutes left in the first half.
Now the defense has the only score for Alma College, and if the offense can find a way to get this thing in there, there's going to be all sorts of that big momentum on that visitor sideline.
2 out wide on either side here, Ian. Ippel looks to the receiver to his right, finishes his cadence. There's the give. The tailback follows the right guard, bursts his way up in there and knifes his way down to the 9-yard line.
Well within Alma's kicker's range. It's Zach Clements. I saw him in pregame. He looked comfortable from 37 yards plus, so they're well within his range. But I think Alma is thinking touchdown. I think they have the same philosophy as Adrian does on offense, is you have to score touchdowns if you're going to win this game. Field goals are not going to be a factor.
11 minutes in the first half. Scots with the football on the 9-yard line of Adrian, 3rd and 3. 2 out wide to the left, man in motion to the close side. Ippel gonna keep it. Quarterback has space, grabbed by a defender. Forward progress. The official right now has him marked at the 8-yard line of Adrian. That's not enough for a 1st and goal.
Oh, not sure who made that play there. It looked like maybe Kevin Smitherman again, who's had been a magnet on Mason Ippel so far. A couple tackles for him thus far, and the Scots are going to trot out their kick unit, proving me wrong that they're not going to go for it. At least line up to attempt what looks to be a 25-yard field goal. Bulldogs have blocked an extra point this season, so they can get there.
4th down and 2 to go. And there's a timeout down on the field. Ian, as they take a timeout, what do you think they're looking to do?
Well, I think it was an alignment issue or personnel issue for Adrian on that play, and coaches will get that squared away. We're going to take a quick 30-second break. Alma with a field goal attempt coming up right after this on the Adrian College Sports Network.
And so much more. Lenawee Recreation offers ZZ's Bar and Grill. It has a variety of
The Adrian College Sports Network wants you to join us in thanking one of our sponsors, the Carlton Lodge of Adrian. The Carlton Lodge offers a comfortable and convenient lodging experience. Carlton has spacious rooms and suites, fit for a peaceful night's sleep. Their amenities include a hot tub and pool, a 24-hour fitness center, a business center, and much more. A huge thanks to Adrian College's Choice of Lodging for sponsoring Bulldog Athletics.
Welcome back here on the Adrian College Sports Network. 7-7 is the score, 10-10 to go in the first half. And the home crowd getting loud and into it for the first time here tonight. 2 out wide. Mason Ippel, the quarterback, in the gun, tailback at his side. Again, 4th and 2 from the 8-yard line of Adrian. The Alma Scots threatening to score, all tied up 7-7. Ippel moves the tailback from his left to his right, running through his cadence. He's going to run with it. Pitch back to the tailback. He has some space. Tackled down at the 9. Turnover on downs. That is a colossal stand by the Adrian College Bulldog defense.
Little speed option play. Ippel went to his right. A good play for him to pitch the football. He got it to his running back, number 10, Austin Spratling. Nowhere to go. for the Scots, and a huge momentum swing yet again. It's been a game of emotion here at Docking Stadium, and why not have emotion on Family Day?
Absolutely. It's a special day for Adrian College and the Bulldogs. Everyone's family is out here having special family moments.
You would think on that last possession, even just allowing 3 would be a victory in itself for Adrian, but getting a full stop, that's huge to get that defensive hold.
Here comes Jack Werzer. The quarterback gives it off left side. Colton Randall running like a man as he reaches the 25 and is tackled down on the Bulldog 28-yard line. 1st and 10, Adrian College, under 10 minutes to go in the first half.
What a huge block for number 71, Brendan Clark. We could have ran through that whole, Gabe.
Colton Randall following the guard in the center. Wow, has a little seam, and he is upended, sliding forward as he reaches the 35. Can you say pace?
Boy, Colton Randall's wearing moon shoes or something. He's been up and down this whole game, flying over defenders. He's running well.
3 out wide, 2 to the left. Again, the give to Colton Randall. Keep feeding him the ball this time. Nothing doing. The football is out. Scots say they have the football. Scots say they have the football. There's the signal from the official. It's a Scott football. Jim Deere shouting down on the sideline. He is fired up.
Not sure the verbiage, but the acting by Coach Deere. He wants his defense to get out there and play exactly the way they were on that last possession. And, boy, as soon as I give Randall the ultimate compliment, nice play by the Scots defense, who's really done a fine job this last half quarter, kind of stymieing this Bulldog offense that's used to putting up yards and points.
7-7 the score for anyone just joining us. 9.5 to go in the first half. Alma College and Adrian College all tied up here inside of Docking Family Stadium. The crowd falls silent for the first time in a few moments. 1st and 10 after the turnover. Check down pass left side. Receiver makes a Bulldog defender miss. Down across the 30 and tackled down as he rolls over the 25. They'll mark him at the 23. 1st and 10 Scots threatening the red zone of Adrian.
And I think that was Jarrett Bright, the slot receiver, making the catch for Alma. He was wide open, a good read by Ipple, a nice little pitch and catch, and Alma is sniffing at the red zone.
1st and 10. They're on the far hash mark. 2 receivers on the close side as Ipple gives it off up the gut. Tailback stopped right away. 2nd and long. You mentioned it last week a few times. You cannot run into the maw of Adrian's defense.
No, the linebackers are just playing too well. They're sniffing out those plays. In the middle, the defensive line holding up the offensive lineman. Not too much a push from Alma, the defensive lineman, getting enough penetration to make plays on the running back. And we saw that on that first down play. Still impressed with the play of Dwight Mann, obviously, but Sam Madrid, a freshman that's really come on here for this Coach Deere defense.
2nd and 10, football from the 23 of Adrian after that last carry. 4 out wide. Mason Epple, the quarterback with a keeper, follows the center, headed left, makes 1 Bulldog miss, now 2, and tackled down by a 3rd defender. They'll mark him at the 17-yard line, so now it is 3rd and short. Manageable yardage for Alma College.
Yeah, I'd hate to look ahead of play, but if you don't get any yardage here for Alma, they're looking at about a 35-yard field goal. I mentioned their kicker, Clements, was good from about 37 in pregame. Last time they go for it, don't get it. If you don't get it on 3rd, another tough decision.
Clock winding. Still tied at 7. 3rd and 4. Football on the 17. Man in motion for the Scots. He faked like he was going to take a tailback. Makes a Bulldog miss. Dragging defenders down. It's 1st and goal inside the 5. That tailback can sure carry the football again. Dustin Solomon, the freshman from Macomb, on the carry.
Yep, push up front from Alma's Alex Dean, Charlie Prescott, and Mason McCullen. Nice blocking up front. That interior of that Alma line made that play happen. Some more tough running from the Scots.
First and goal from the 4-yard line. Man in motion. Ipple gives it off this time on the sweep. Nothing doing. The receiver had it on the 5. They'll blow him dead. The give right there to Chase Hinkle from Concord.
Yeah, this defense is really young. A lot of these names we're calling are freshmen and sophomores. And another one making a play is Brandon Kwiatkowski. He's a sophomore, 5'11", from Sterling Heights, playing really aggressive on that one. He sniffed out the jet motion. That was his man. Looked like they were in man coverage. He came up and made a tackle, forcing the second down from just outside the 5.
Ian, how about that beautiful sunset?
It is gorgeous. One of the most beautiful scenes in college football here at Docking Stadium.
One receiver out wide left. Ipple fakes the give, tosses it his way. The RPO, and the receiver didn't look.
Yeah, back shoulder all the way. Could have been a little higher off the ground from Ipple, but he got the football there, and Sean Starks out on an island, as he usually is, and was right there with the Scott receiver.
Can you imagine trying to throw the football on Sean Starks?
I wouldn't do it that often.
I wouldn't even. I would never even try. Sean Starks is an absolutely outstanding character on this Bulldog football team. Fantastic young man and an unbelievable athlete as well. One receiver out wide to the left for Ipple. Ipple has a power set in front of him, running through his cadence. It's 3rd and goal for those of you at home from the 5-yard line. There's the give. The tailback follows the left tackle, diving forward, and he'll be down to the 3-yard line. Ian, it's now 4th and goal. They went for it last time and couldn't get it.
Yeah, I think it's go time again. Alma's defense playing too well to just kick this field goal. If you don't get this and you're at the 3-yard line, they're going to prove me wrong live on the air, and they're going to trot their kicker out.
They heard you.
Yep, they sure did.
Well, audible now to a kick. Ian, I don't know if I'm buying it. Could be a fake.
I don't know. Maybe they learned from last time and they think points are better than no points.
Here we go. Snap is good. Hold is good. PAT. Kick is up, away, and through. I said PAT. It was a field goal. Excuse me. 10-7 the score now here inside at Docking Family Stadium. 5:40 left of the second quarter. We'll take a break while they get set for kickoff. Be right back with more Bulldog football on the Adrian College Sports Network.
The Adrian College Sports Network wants you to join us in thanking one of our sponsors, the Carlton Lodge of Adrian. The Carlton Lodge offers a comfortable and convenient lodging experience. Carlton has spacious rooms and suites, fit for a peaceful night's sleep. Their amenities include a hot tub and pool, a 24-hour fitness center, a business center, and much more. A huge thanks to Adrian College's choice of lodging for sponsoring Bulldog Athletics. The Adrian College Sports Network wants you to join us in thanking one of our sponsors, the Carlton Lodge of Adrian. The Carlton Lodge offers a comfortable and convenient lodging experience. Carlton has spacious...
Welcome back here on the Adrian College Sports Network. Gabriel Schrei here with Ian Wendt, my longtime color partner, analyst, and good friend, and Ryan Cuddy. Ryan's becoming the next Gabe Schrei and Ian Wendt. He's doing some great play-by-play this year.
I'm learning from the best over here.
I don't know about that. I wouldn't say
Someone
that too
has
loudly.
to say it.
Someone has to lie for me.
He is an employee, right?
Yes. Return from inside of the end zone. Bulldog return man had a little seam, reached the 20. He's tackled down. 1st and 10 for the Adrian Bulldogs. Those of you joining us on the radio, they'll be moving right to left on your radio dial, and they trail here at home with 5:36 to go in the first half. 10-7 to the Alma Scots.
Another interesting kickoff right there was Jimmy Clark back there with the kick return duties. That ball kind of landed at the half-yard line, brought him into the end zone. A little hesitation from the young man, but he made up for it on his last mistake, and he got the ball up in a decent field position for this offense.
Football from their own 21-yard line. Here comes Adrian's offense. They had a turnover on that last drive. 3 out wide, 2 on the close side. Wurzer in the gun, tailback alongside him, running through his cadence. This time he's going to fake the give, rolling right, wants to throw. Laser pass down the field, caught, receiver across the 40 of Adrian. 1st and 10 Bulldogs, and that's a gorgeous little 15-yard pickup.
Yeah, that's a levels concept. That's a running back or tight end running about a 3-yard pattern, and then a secondary receiver running more of a 10 to 15 yards, and then they send a receiver deep. Wurzer found the middle man, and that's enough for a big pickup on 1st down.
Now 1st and 10 from their own 43. Wurzer, same formation. This time check down pass close side, tipped and dropped. It was interesting. Bounced back to Colton Randall and grabbed it after it bounced off the turf, but nothing doing as that is an incomplete pass. It's now 2nd and 10.
That was close to a backwards pass. Good awareness for Randall. The whistle didn't blow immediately, A nice awareness for him to jump on the football after that fumble the last drive.
Now 2nd and 10 from their own 43. Adrian trails by a field goal. There's the give. Tailback, diving forward. 2 defenders right there. Colton Randall threw himself. Ends up being a gain of 3 yards, thanks in part to his sacrifice. 3rd and long.
He's been very light-footed today. Colton Randall hurdled a defender earlier in this game. He's ran through and around a couple, and that time just dives forward, gets what he can, and this is a almost certain passing situation for Jack Werzer. And a few throws ago, pick 6. So we'll have to make a play right here.
3rd and 8 from their own 45. Werzer in the gun. Jerome Neal. Werzer fakes the give, wants to throw. Pressure coming, climbing the ladder, sacked. 2 Scots got him. There's 3 offensive linemen right there, and they were unable to hold back the likes of Nadlicki, the junior defensive lineman from Traverse City, and the sophomore Patrick Height from Michigan Center.
Yeah, that's a coverage sack. I don't think there was anywhere Werzer could go, and you can only block a defensive lineman for so long. They're going to get to your quarterback. Werzer made the first guy miss and just nowhere to go on the second.
So now Adrian will punt the football on 4th and 10 from their own 43. Here's the snap. Punter! Punt is blocked! Takes a Bulldog-friendly bounce somehow. Skittered between the players in front of the punter. And Banky's punt comes to rest on the midfield stripe. Alma's all fired up. What a bizarre couple of drives. Alma has had great field position now. This will be their 4th time today or 3rd time with great position?
Well, the opening kickoff, they brought out to their 40. Blocked punt last time Banky was out there. And they had the interception for a touchdown. So this is the 3rd, just inside Bulldog territory. Oh, they had the fumble last drive. So this will be the 4th time with really good field position.
Too many special teams mistakes so far for Adrian if you want to stay in this game. Only down 3, obviously. But already that's about the 3rd miscue on the special teams portion.
Man in motion. Here's the give to the up back. Nothing doing. He dives up inside there, reaches the 49-yard line of Adrian. It's 2nd and 10 now, 3.5 to go in the first half. So the Scots, Couch has to be on the sideline. And I don't think I've mentioned this yet, but our away fans are going to love this. I am a big fan of head coach Couch. I love it when he wears his kilt at home. I think that's a lot of fun, and he's really into it. He's got to be trying to boil this time down, right, here in the first half. 3 minutes to go.
Yeah, they'd like this to be their last possession and hopefully come away with some points.
Ipple wants to throw. A howitzer down the middle. Oh, his receiver dives, and he can't grab a hold of it. Chase Hinkle, the senior, was wide open, but he was overthrown by Ipple.
That's the effort you want to see from your receiver. If you're a lineman blocking for that pass play, if you're the quarterback throwing it out there, trusting your guy is going to do everything he can to try to catch that football. And just a couple inches short from a probably 1st and goal situation for Alma, but instead, with good field position, they're backed up. It's a 3rd and 10. Bulldog defense playing well in this first half.
3rd and 10. 10-7 the score in favor of the Alma College Scots. Again, they have the football. And now a timeout taken by the Scots. As they take a timeout to figure things out, we'll take a timeout and figure things out here as well. Everyone knows Ian and I need it. We'll be right back in 30 seconds here on the Adrian College Sports Network.
Service and maintenance department, CR Motors both repairs and sells vehicles. They have tons of brand new options and top of the line used options too. A huge thanks to CR Motors of Hudson for sponsoring Adrian College Athletics. The Adrian College Sports Network wants you to join us in thanking one of our sponsors. The service never stops once you visit CR Motors in Hudson. CR Motors builds customers for life. With a full automotive service and maintenance department, CR Motors both repairs and sells vehicles. They have tons of brand new options and top of the line used options too. A huge thanks to CR Motors of Hudson for...
Welcome back here on the Adrian College Sports Network. Gabriel Schrei here alongside Ian Wendt. Ryan Cuddy in the booth with us today. Folks, thanks for joining us.
This defense, my apologies, this defense out to make another play. They've been put in some, we'll call them interesting positions on the field, and they've come up time and time again. Another opportunity on a 3rd and 10 inside their territory.
Here we go. Ippel pass over the middle. The screen is incomplete. Falls to the turf harmlessly. It is now 4th down.
Alma's done a really good job, kind of weathered the early storm, had that quick 3-and-out on the first drive of the game. Adrian had that long 7+ minute drive. And then it seemed like momentum was all on Adrian's side. And the pick 6 happened after Adrian was marching on their second drive of the game. And then kind of that since then it's been back and forth with some interesting plays on special teams, to say the least.
And on that 3rd down play, Alma looking for another momentum play. They had a screen play set up. The linemen were ready to block. It looked like the receiver, Austin Spratling, one of the top guys for Alma, just couldn't keep his footing.
Snap is good. Here's the punt. This one, takes a Scott-friendly bounce, and they are unable to hold that at the 1-yard line. That was very close to being a Bulldog football at the 1. It just skitters into the end zone, and so that is a touchback. And Adrian gets the football back, trailing 10-7 here in the first half to the visiting Alma College Scots with 2:40 to go until the halftime break.
I'll go back a couple of drives for this Bulldog offense. They used some tempo, and it seemed to be working against the Scots defense. Unfortunately, that drive ended with a fumble and a Scott recovery. But I want to see that here. I want to see this offense get up, get going, get the juices flowing. Since that first quarter, they haven't been on the field too much. A couple of turnovers have really killed the momentum of this Bulldog offense.
1st and 10, football from their own 20. Those of you with us live on the radio, longtime commercial partner WLEN. We're driving right to left on your radio dial. Werzer fakes the give, check down pass. Henry Wilson puts a man on skates and tackled down at the 35. What a juke. I just fell out of my chair. Well, I'm standing up. I just fell down.
Even though you're standing. Anyway, watching the Alma corner on that play, just a quick turnaround there for Wilson. He was looking in the backfield. He didn't even know the football went over his head. Wilson with a solid catch and a great move afterwards.
Here's a pitch close side. Colton Randall follows the right guard and center and reaches down to the 40-yard line. How about those blocking by those big boys up front, Ian?
Yeah, gotta love it. They've really proven themselves to me in the first half of the season. A tough start to the year, I'll admit it, for the whole team with those losses to Heidelberg and Hanover. But I've been impressed with this offensive line in conference play and including the homecoming matchup against Wisconsin Lutheran. They're a young group, but I think they've played really well.
Pelletier, the sophomore lineman from Lumen Christi, as the center.
Did we catch a number for the Bulldog that's down?
I think it's Colton Randall.
Down at the 40.
Yeah, he's banged up. He's been electric here today and rises to the applause of the crowd. It is now 2nd and 7 from the Adrian 40. They continue to drive right to left on your radio dial. 2 minutes and 8 seconds to go in the first half. 10-7, Adrian trailing by a field goal here at home to the visiting Alma College Scots.
That's a good sign that Randall got up, walked off under his own power. He'll get checked out. Not sure if we'll see him back in the game before halftime. Just under 2 minutes till the halftime break.
Trips right for Werzer. Madison, the lone receiver on the close side. The freshman from Deerfield Beach alongside Werzer. Check down pass. Oh, the receiver is crunched. A huge hit delivered by number 14, Michael Halata, the senior from Lakeview.
Yeah, they're sniffing out those screens. This coaching staff from Alma did their homework. They know Adrian likes to run the ball to the outside, and they know they like to throw those screens. And if you can get around one block, you're going to lay a huge hit. Case in point on that last throw. Luckily, that wasn't a fumble or backwards pass because that ball was jarred loose emphatically.
3rd and 7, football from the 40-yard line. Werzer in the gun. 3 out wide, 2 on the far side. There's a flag before this play can get underway, Ian.
Yeah, they're going to get Adrian with a false start, and that's going to make this 3rd and 7 into a 3rd and 12. Looking at the timeout situation, Alma has 1 left, and Adrian has 2. So if the Scots can get a stop, they could utilize that timeout, try to get some points before halftime.
Yeah, it's a tough self-inflicted wound right there for Adrian. You had a 3rd and 7, 3rd and manageable. Now that false start pushes you back 5 yards and makes this much more difficult. And you don't want to give Alma another opportunity on offense to even further their lead.
And you want to avoid punting the football, too.
Right, ideally.
3 out wide, 2 on the far side, faking the give to Jerome Neal. Werzer stepping up, ladles it right side, and the lofted pass is incomplete, hits the turf. That was bizarre. I'm not sure if he lost his hold on it or it got jostled loose or what, but Werzer couldn't get it there.
Now the Scots only rushed 3. They were able to make Werzer uncomfortable in that pocket. I'm going to single out number 44 for Alma, Stephen White, one of those 3 Scot rushers. And they're going to force a punt, and if you're Alma, you're going for this thing. They have 1 person deep back inside their own 30, and I think they're coming after this football yet again, and I don't blame them.
Austin Benke standing on Adrian's 21. The snap coming from the 35. It's 4th and 12. Benke, low snap, gets this one away. Got the time he needed, fielded back on the 25-yard line of Alma. Return man goes straight to the sideline and steps out where he will be marked out at the 37. But there's a flag back where Austin Benke was. The flag is on the 27-yard line, and it looks like the offensive line is walking back onto the field, Ian.
That's the personal foul variety. That's a 15-yard walk-off, and that's what this special teams unit needed. They have been struggling this afternoon, and they're going to put the offense back out there and see what they can do. A couple of timeouts left. Definitely time to get things going.
Talked about that false start on that last drive hurting Adrian, pushing them back 5 yards on their 3rd down attempt. That's a tough penalty if you're Alma.
Yep, you just can't make that. Can't make that play. You can't give up yardage.
Giving a free possession to Adrian right at midfield with 2 timeouts to work with.
88 seconds in half number 1. The Scots lead 10-7. Bulldogs get the football back on the penalty. Wilson, the lone receiver on the close side. Werzer running through his cadence. 2 out wide to the right. Fakes the give to Jerome Neal. Here's a howitzer right side. Tipped and dropped. Clarence Madison, the intended receiver.
Yeah, that's a little too high from Werzer, a little jumpy on that one. And Madison couldn't quite jump high enough to make the play on that far sideline. That's a tough throw to make, but that's the right one. We've seen Werzer do that before. I don't know if he's shaken up after a couple of hits he's taken or that pick 6 is in the head of Jack Werzer. That's a throw we're used to seeing him make.
Same formation here on 2nd and 10. Werzer wants to throw over the middle. Caught, wide open Joe Cleary, and Cleary driving forward, can't quite reach the 40. That makes it 3rd and inches. Football just over the 39-yard line of the Alma Scots, and some late extracurricular activity. A Bulldog goes down hard right there, but they'll keep going.
A huge block again from Jerome Neal back there. Alma brought some pressure. Nice pickup.
There's the give. Jerome Neal taken down in the backfield. Well, the big man streaked in there untouched. It's Patrick Height. He's a sophomore. I saw him play at Michigan Center. He was a great contributor there, and he's a great contributor here. 4th down and 4 from the 41-yard line of Alma, Ian.
Yeah, he's only 6'1", 210, but he's got some size down there and able to make the play. He was unblocked the opposite way the play was going. The play was going to the offense's left. He was all the way over on the right, scraped down the line of scrimmage, and a nice tackle on 3rd down.
Waiting for the play call. Jim Deere talking to the official. They're running the clock down here, Ian.
Yeah, you probably call a timeout, and they will at 8 seconds. I don't know if you can run around for 8 seconds and try to throw a pass deep. I don't know if you trot your punting unit out there in this situation, but that's why the coaches get paid to coach. We get paid to analyze what they do. A very interesting play coming up inside Scott territory.
Well, all I can think is they're hoping to pick up the 1st down and take another quick timeout. just enough time there to run a play, maybe 6-7 seconds, take another timeout, and then run one more. They've got one timeout left, and you can't take them with you.
Nope.
Might as well use them.
Yeah, you're well outside field goal range. This would be a 60-yarder now for Cooper West. So it's definitely a go for it or punt it. You could be, I'm not sure what unit he's talking to. Looks like the offense will stay out there.
I think with 8 seconds left, that does give you enough time, give you a quick pass. If you're not able to get out of bounds, you have that one timeout in your back pocket that you're able to burn through. So I think you have two potential plays to work with here.
This team successful on 4th downs on their lone scoring drive. It was their first possession way back toward the middle part of the first quarter.
See an upside down sign in the front row. That's pretty fun. 4th and 3, football from the 43 of Alma. Werzer, laser left side, incomplete. Over the head of the Alma bench, and that's a turnover on downs. So Alma College and the Scots get the football back on their own 43-yard line. Ian, that means they're 57 yards from a potential score as they lead 10-7 with 2.8 seconds to go in the first half.
Not sure how far Ipple can throw the football. We might see that here, or we're going to see a V for victory formation. Take a knee, go to the locker room. Alma up 3. You have to be impressed the way their defense is playing. We'll break that down, though in halftime we'll get some stats and we'll have some more analysis for you.
Looks like victory formation. Bulldogs still dropping back into that prevent defense. Couple of whistles trying to get this one sorted, and now they do. There's the V and the knee. Clock runs out here on the first half of action. 10-7 the score. After one half of play, Alma College Scots leading on the road. We will take a 60-second break. You'll be joining up with Laura Rakowski back in the WLEN studio, and we'll be going to halftime here on the Adrian College Sports Network. Be right back with more Bulldog football on our halftime show.
The Adrian College Sports Network wants you to join us in thanking one of our sponsors, Gurgen Insurance Group. Gurgen offers many services and products to fulfill the goals of their clients. Honesty, integrity, confidentiality, and service are the cornerstones of Gurgen Insurance Group. Their missions is to positively impact the communities they serve by providing insurance and products through well-trained professional representatives. A huge thanks to Gurgen Insurance for sponsoring Adrian College Athletics.
Dinner options available. Lunaway Rec is located on College Ave in Adrian. A huge thank to Adrian's Bowling Alley and Barside Grill.
And suites, fit for a peaceful night's sleep. Their amenities include a hot tub and pool, a 24-hour fitness center, a business center, and much more. A huge thanks to Adrian College's Choice of Lodging for sponsoring Bulldog Athletics.
All right, let's do what we've been wanting. Don't screw this up. I'm going to be watching you. 1, 2, you know what to do. Hail, hail to Adrian, the home of the black and gold. Cheer, cheer for Adrian. The high was high and low. Go, 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 fight, fight for Adrian. And champions again we will be. Our heroes will score and the crowd will roar another blood victory. Hail, hail to Adrian, the home of the black and the gold. Cheer, cheer for Adrian, the tide was proud and bold. Go, dogs, go, fight, fight for Adrian. And champions again we'll be. Our heroes will score and the crowd will roar another blood victory. Woo, woo, woo. My boy! Congratulations.
I've been wasting Mondays on a 9 to 5, spending dollars when I only make a dime, while you're surfing the waters of paradise. Oh, Adrian, I wanna be like you. I wanna trade my world all for a golden journey. Oh, Adrian, I wanna be like you, 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 be like you,
Never in a million years would I have thought that I would be playing this. I picked Adrian, one, because of this reason, and it's just an amazing experience. You get to see all the different types of play that they have. Like, they play a lot different here.
I think it's really like deep-rooted in all of us. I found my family at Adrian, so I think for me it's my second home. So to be a Bulldog on this team means a lot.
oh, Adrian, I wanna be like you, be like you, be like you.
It's pretty unreal. Not a lot of colleges have this experience, and these are my best friends, so doing something like this with them is pretty awesome.
My teammates are my family. To get to experience everything with them and seeing these breathtaking views, it's just life-changing. I'm always going to remember this trip.
I've been wasting my days on a 9 to 5, spending dollars when I only make a dime. Why you
They are a totally different kind of like soccer player over here. It's a different style, different speed. Like, obviously there's a language barrier too, and I think it just really helped our team grow, like both with skills and seeing different styles of play.
With this program, never give up. Like, always, like, we have a team all behind us. We have 29 girls, and you come in, you have best friends on the team. You have best friends right away, and everyone's competitive, but everyone is so close. You fight, you work hard, so you're also family. It's awesome.
I wanna trade my troubles. Oh, for a golden journey. Oh, Adrian, I wanna be like you, be like you, be like you, be like you, be like you.
And I'm feeling the strain, all in shape. Oh, give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Won't you take me away? Beginning to think that I'm wasting time. I don't understand the things I do. The world outside looks so unkind, and I'm counting on you. You can carry me through. Tell me you get lonely when it's cold outside. Tell me that you're only barely getting by. I need to know it hurts every time that you hear my name. It ain't the same without me, girl. Tell me you get lonely. Sometimes you're up all night crying over me. You gotta take off of work to catch up on your sleep. But that just don't work now, does it, baby? Tell me you get lonely when it's cold outside. Tell me that you're only barely getting by. I need to know it hurts every time that you hear my name. It ain't the same without me, girl. Tell me you get lonely.
So I am one of 8 children, and I'm actually the oldest. So my parents had me when they were teenagers, and both of them didn't end up going to college just because they didn't have that opportunity. So I think just like, with the struggle and the impact on like financial aid was a little bit hard for me, which is why I chose to go to community college, just because I didn't think I was going to be able to afford Adrian. So when I ended up coming here, I had so much help from the financial aid, just with like, we want you to be here, we want you to stay here, like you shouldn't be given, these restrictions just because you can't afford to go to college. Just like me being here, I kind of want to give back to them, and I want to make everybody proud. So if I could thank them, it would be just to say that you're giving me the opportunity to become something that I thought I never would ever become in my life. And yeah. I am Adrian College.
We are AC.
Welcome back here on the Adrian College Sports Network. Gabriel Schrei here with Ian Wendt. Thanks so much for joining us for our halftime show. Taking a look around the world of college football at some college football scores. Ohio State bested Northwestern yesterday, 52-3. Today, Iowa bested Purdue, 26-20. Auburn defeated Arkansas, 51-50 the final tally. Illinois upsetting Wisconsin. Ian, you were excited about that one, 24-23. That's a team that EMU bested too.
I mean, that's the upset of the weekend in college football.
It's one of the
Wisconsin,
biggest ones of the year.
Top 10 program. They were in Champaign, taking on the Fighting Illini. And last I checked, Wisconsin was up 10-7.
Yeah.
They look to be in control. So it's going to shake up the Big Ten. That's
Absolutely.
for sure. Can you go back to that Auburn score?
Back to the Auburn
51-50?
51-10.
Oh, I heard 50.
51-10.
Okay. I was going to say Auburn struggled? Okay.
No, we wish. Clemson defeated Louisville 45-10. Florida bested South Carolina 38-27. Oklahoma defeating West Virginia 52-14. Jalen Hurts had just one incompletion, 391 total yards on the day, 3 passing touchdowns. LSU currently playing Mississippi State 36-7 the score in the fourth quarter. LA Monroe trailing 45-7 to App State. Minnesota besting Rutgers right now in quarter number 4, 35-0. Temple and SMU playing. SMU up 31-14. Oregon and Washington, a tight one there. Number 12 ranked Oregon trails by 3 with 10 minutes to go to number 25 ranked Washington. It's 31-28. Washington has the football, and again they lead. Cincinnati leading Tulsa right now, 17-13. Cincinnati ranked number 21 in the country. Oklahoma State leading Baylor 20-17. Baylor ranked number 18 in the country. Oklahoma State currently unranked. They're in quarter 3. Missouri and Vanderbilt 14-7. Vanderbilt leads number 22 ranked Missouri right now. Ian, in just a moment I'm going to take a look at some MIAA scores. Before we do, real quick, give me a few stats from this contest.
Yeah, this matchup has the Scots up 10-7 here at the break. And it's really been the Scots defense has been the story of this contest. Looking at first downs, only 6 for Alma's offense, 12 for Adrian. Another key stat, passing yards, only 28 for Alma, 133 for Adrian. So you'd think Adrian might be leading in this contest. That one interception was huge. Jack Werzer is 11 for 18 with 1 interception for the afternoon, and that one went to the house for the Scots only touchdown. Another key stat right here. I'll give it to you right now. Red zone scoring chances. Adrian got there once. They scored. Alma College has been there 3 times. They've only scored on one of those. So those are a couple of team stats that really stood out to me.
Okay, all 3 of the other MIAA games today are already in the books. Albion bested Kalamazoo on the road 37-17. Olivet was at Trine. They won 34-17 in Angola, Indiana. And Hope was at Finlandia. 79-12 was the final. Nearly 80 points on offense for the Hope Flying Dutch. I bet Greg Chandler was happy.
That's a good football team.
That's unbelievable.
Hope starts the MIAA season by absolutely dismantling Trine, 51-0. That was in Trine, I believe. They were picked to win the league. Hope was. But I think there's a separation. I think there's a couple of teams that are clearly the number 1 and number 2. I think it's Hope and then Olivet. What they've been able to do this season, Olivet, of course, undefeated. Alma with 1 loss here today. But Hope and Olivet are really the 2 teams that have stood out to me in a positive nature. Not sure what's going on with Trine. We'll get them later on in the season. They dropped to 0-3 in the MIAA, so a drop-off for the Thunder.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been bizarre to see that, but we'll see how it all shakes out. 3.5 until the second half of action gets underway. 10-7 the score at the halftime break here on the Adrian College Sports Network. Right now, the Scots leading on the road over the hometown Adrian Bulldogs, Ian.
Yeah, and how did we get to this point? There's been a couple of touchdowns, one by an offense and one by a defense. Adrian's offense got on the board, and Alma's defense scored their touchdown. So the first score of the game was a Jack Werzer pass completed to Donald Scott. That was an 8-yard touchdown pass. The kick was good by West. Made the score 7-0 with 6:05 to play in the first. That was a lengthy drive by Adrian, able to get points off of it. But the offense fell silent after that. It was Jack Werzer's pass intercepted by Max Krishmar at the and they returned it for a touchdown that made the score 6-7. Extra point was good by Clements. Made the score tied, and then Clements again, he split the uprights with a 20-yard kick with 5:31 to play in the half. That's all the scoring. It's 10-7 Alma here on the road. They've looked really good to start their MIAA campaign, and they brought their defense with us. I talked at the beginning about how many points this team scores. They score 31. Adrian scores about 22, 23 points a game. I'm really surprised to see the score as is. I thought we'd see some offense, but instead we're seeing defense.
Yeah, absolutely. This has been a defensive struggle here today, and both teams are looking to maybe flip that script here going into the second half. Both of them could use a few more points here on offense. They have both really struggled to move the football, Ian.
Yeah, we will I'll talk about what I want to see in the second half as we are just about ready to do so. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to take a 60-second timeout, and we will be back with the second half here on the Adrian College Sports Network.
Sponsoring Adrian College Athletics. The Adrian College Sports Network.
The Adrian College Sports Network wants you to join us in thanking one of our sponsors, Gurgen Insurance Group. Gurgen offers many services and products to fulfill the goals of their clients. Honesty, integrity, confidentiality, and service are the cornerstones of Gurgen Insurance Group. Their missions is to positively impact the communities they serve by providing insurance and products through well-trained professional representatives. A huge thanks to Gurgen Insurance for sponsoring Adrian College Athletics. The Adrian College Sports Network wants you to join us in thanking one of our sponsors, Gurgen Insurance Group. Gurgen offers many services and products to fulfill the goals.
Adrian College Athletics. The Adrian College Sports Network wants you to join us in thanking one of our sponsors. The service never stops once you visit CR Motors in Hudson. CR Motors builds customers for life. With a full automotive service and maintenance department, CR Motors both repairs and sells vehicles. They have tons of brand new options and top-of-the-line used options too. A huge thanks to CR Motors of Hudson.
8 seconds until we are underway with the second half of action. Thanks again for joining us. I'm Gabriel Schrei here with Ian Went and Ryan Cuddy.
I think Adrian in that first half started out strong, had a good 3-and-out on defense on their first on Alma's first drive of the game, and then they had a long 7-minute drawn-out drive, and then just kind of had some mistakes, had a pick six, had a Colton Randall fumble, and then some special teams miscues. But overall, I think, it's been definitely an interesting game to say the least.
No kidding.
This is what you expect from MIAA football. The way this conference is, one of the oldest in the country, if not the oldest conference in the country, the Michigan Intercollegiate Athletic Association. A couple of teams in the middle of the pack right now in the MIAA. Alma right there at 2-0 in the league. Adrian 1-1. See what the second half brings.
Kickoff going back to the Bulldogs. They'll move right to left on your radio dial. Fielded by Joe Cleary. And he is taken down as he reaches the 16-yard line. Tried to bounce right back up, and 2 flags thrown back on the 30. Bulldog man clapping his approval.
Hey, it looks like he drew a penalty. We'll see who on, though. If it's against Adrian, that'll back him up inside, well inside their 20, as Cleary just could not escape the Scott defender. But if Adrian's excitement is an indication of this call, it's going against Alma.
Here's the official with the call. Personal foul going against Adrian College and the Bulldogs.
That's pretty typical on any kick return. You can almost expect a hold or a block in the back, but in that case, a blindside block. This offense pinned deep yet again. This is not the first time they've started with field position inside their own 10-yard line. Last time they made it out, they got a couple of first downs, but coughed the football up on a Colton Randall fumble. And we'll see what adjustments Harry Bailey and this coaching staff on the offensive side of the ball can make right here.
1st and 10, football from their own 9-yard line. 3 out wide, 2 on the far side. Wurzer the give to the right, following the right tackle. And the tailback gets about 3 yards, makes it 2nd and 7. A nice carry by Colton Randall.
I played some offensive line way back in the day, and a good block on the right side. I like Matt Protsky, the way he plays football. Also 61, Jacob Pasorek, that right tackle. Setting the edge for Randall, able to pick up solid yards on first down.
And that was Jerome Neal. I made the mistake of trusting the public address announcer, and he got it wrong. Werzer running through his cadence. There's the give again to Jerome Neal, and he's driving, following the right tackle. Nothing doing. He gets down to the 14-yard line. Third down.
Yeah, and I think Neal's in the game. I think Randall's injury might be more significant than we thought. He came up limping at about 2 minutes left in the half. We have not seen him since, so the freshman Neal is going to have to carry the workload in the backfield for AC.
Yeah, and if Randall's out for a long period of time in this second half, that could hurt for Adrian, as he carried a big load for Adrian in that first half.
13:40 to go here in quarter number 3. Werzer pass over the middle, caught down on the 30. Receiver makes the man miss, steps out of the tackle at the 40, and is tackled down as he crosses the midfield stripe, cruising down to the 43-yard line of the Alma College Scots. A huge 1st and 10 for the Adrian Bulldogs.
That's a play Werzer needed to make. He's had a couple of misses that he normally hits. He hit his receiver right there, a deep crossing route over the middle, wide open, but a nice job of going to the football, making sure you make the catch, and then the play afterwards, making a couple of Scots miss, and that'll help you dig out of a hole. It's a big completion like that.
Yeah, it's a beautiful throw by Werzer, hitting his man right in stride over the middle.
Check down pass close side. How did Jerome Neal catch that? One-handed grab. Crosses down to the 35. That was unbelievable. Nearly first down yardage.
Yeah, you're not allowed to, but I think you might have stick him on his gloves. Just stuck that right hand out or left hand out there. The ball just kind of stuck to it.
Just kind of stuck.
And that made the play. Picked up nice yardage on first down. The offensive line on that play moved to the right. And Neal slipped out the backfield to the left. A nice, easy pass for Werzer. And this offense is moving.
2nd and 1, ball on the 34-yard line. Werzer, give up the gut. Jerome Neal makes one cut and then tackled down as he crosses the 27-yard line. He'll reach the 26. 1st and 10, Adrian.
You love to see the Bulldogs coming out of the locker room with a great drive. They had to make it even tougher after that blindside block on the opening kickoff, which pushed them back well inside their 20. But they're marching right now through on the ground, and then Werzer's able to make some plays through the air so far in this drive.
12 minutes to go here in the third quarter. First 10. Werzer pass left side, caught. Clarence Madison dragging the defender with him as he stumbles out of play. Another 1st and 10 down into the red zone.
And I like how they're featuring Clarence Madison in this ball game. He's been targeted a few times. He officially only had 2 catches in that first half. I feel like he's been targeted more than that, but they've been isolating him on the outside. He can beat just about anyone one-on-one, and he did on that play.
1st and 10, football on the 15-yard line of Alma. Faking the give, Werzer pass right side, caught. Henry Wilson tackled down just outside of the 5.
That was a dandy of a throw and an excellent catch on the other end. Just a quick slant off of that play action. The linebacker was right there for Alma, but a better play by the Adrian receiver going up and catching that football.
2nd and 2, football on the 8-yard line. There's the give, left side, Jerome Neal upended as he reaches down to the 4-yard line. 1st and goal now for Adrian.
All things working on this drive that started inside their 10-yard line, moving this thing just about 90 yards, and they'd like to end this with a touchdown to start the second half, get momentum on their side, and most importantly, take the lead.
1st and goal from the 4-yard line of Alma. 10.5 to go. Here's the pitch. Jerome Neal bounces it outside with speed, dives for the end zone, and the official says he is just shy. 2nd and goal and inches to get into the end zone.
Well, this kid gives effort, doesn't he? Jerome Neal with that carry. Followed the left side blocking of Brendan Clark and a couple of Bulldog receivers. Got most of the yardage, couldn't pick up that last couple of inches as he went airborne trying to find pay dirt.
Here we go, Bulldogs from the 1 yard line, reaching, and they're into the end zone. Touchdown, Adrian College. They lead 13-10.
Just a simple quarterback sneak. They'll follow the captain of the offensive line, Ben Pelletier. Coaches love this kid. Just follow right behind him. Jack Werzer plows his way in for that Bulldog touchdown. And that drive, 92 yards. They eat up just about 5 minutes of game time, and they find the end zone.
That's a perfect start for the Bulldogs coming out of half, being able to retake the lead, and it's kind of similar to what happened in the first half. Let's see if they're now able to kind of clean up the mistakes that they made in that first half and sustain the lead this time.
Snap is good, hold is good, PAT, the kick is going to go up, away, and through. 14-10 the score. We'll take a 30-second break. Be right back with more Bulldog football here on the Adrian College Sports Network.
The Adrian College Sports Network wants you to join us in thanking one of our sponsors, the Carlton Lodge of Adrian. The Carlton Lodge offers a comfortable and convenient lodging experience. Carlton has spacious rooms and suites, fit for a peaceful night's sleep. Their amenities include a hot tub and pool, a 24-hour fitness center, a business center, and much more. A huge thanks to Adrian College's choice of lodging for sponsoring Bulldog Athletics.
Welcome back here on the Adrian College Sports Network. Gabriel Schrei here with Ian Went and Ryan Cuddy.
Yeah, Bulldogs off for that drive to start the third quarter. Get the ball in the end zone. They drive that thing just about the length of the field to do so. And as they started the game with a good drive, they start the second half with a good drive. Here to retake this lead up by 4.
And you'll have to see it, too, without Colton Randall, who still was on the sideline, hasn't returned since he got injured late in that first half. So it's good to see Adrian able to march the ball down the field without a key part to their offense.
Yeah, really a lot of people contributed on that drive. Werzer made the throws he needed to. Jerome Neal running with purpose. Wilson and Madison with a couple of key catches on that 90-plus yard drive.
Kickoff will go from right to left on your radio dial. Adrian sending this one back to the Scots. And a flag. Return man crosses the 30 and tackled down as he reaches the 40.
Yeah, Bulldog was a little antsy on that play. They're going to get him with an offsides. I really wanted to get downfield, but you can't do it early. That should tack 5 yards onto the Scott return, which, as is, was really impressive up over the 40. They're going to probably march this thing 5 yards in a positive direction for the Scots.
Yeah, there have been some key special team mistakes for Adrian. A couple blocked punts. Even on kickoff returns, they've had a couple where they thought the ball was going to go through the end zone, and then it stayed inside the 5 yard line, so they had to go pick it up and return it. So special teams for Adrian so far today has not been up to par with what you want to see, but still holding a 4-point lead.
Defense put again in a very interesting position. They only get to defend 52 yards of field here, so really on their heels to start this drive, the first offensive possession for Alma College.
Scots from their own 48-yard line. Check down pass, left side, caught at the midfield stripe.
And they threw that right in front of the Bulldog cornerback. Opposite of Sean Starks, that's typically Frederick out there making plays. Stephen Moses plays corner and safety as well for this Bulldog unit. Just a quick hitch route, get some yards for Alma on that first down play. And they like to do as most teams do these days, they hurry up and wait. They run up to the line of scrimmage, get everyone set, and then they call their play.
3 wide, 2 on the close side. Ipple fakes the give pass over the middle, incomplete. Had a receiver wide open, couldn't get it there.
Yeah, that's a case of a short arm from Mason Ipple. Haven't seen that too much today. He's been pretty much on target for Alma, but just short arm that throw. He really had to squeeze that thing in there. There were a couple Bulldogs around his intended target. Could not make that completion, and now another third down and medium.
9:18 left in the third quarter. Scots on 3rd and 6. From their own 48, Ipple calling an audible here out to his receivers. Looks to throw on. Corks one right side. Incomplete. Just overthrown. Intended there for Dustin Solomon, the freshman running back.
Yeah, a little too short on that dive attempt. Oppel doing something pre-snap, and the outside receiver ran a post toward the middle of the field, and the inside guy ran the out, and that was right there to be had, but not sure what's happening now. They're moving the ball inside the Adrian 34-yard line.
1st and 10. There must have been a penalty.
Yeah, I didn't hear a call at all.
I didn't either.
Didn't see a flag either. I usually don't get confused, but that confused me.
No signal from the ref that I saw.
Must have been a spot foul on a pass interference.
1st and 10, football from the 33, check down pass left side, 2nd down. You know who I miss? You know who I remember? Katron Denson.
Defensive tackle?
Yeah, remember Tron?
He was a force up front, and it's tough to replace that kind of production. He was big, he was strong. He had speed for a big guy, and they're looking to kind of replace that here on this Bulldog front, who's had issues stopping the run. They've looked pretty good so far today.
Ipple check down pass left side. Receiver catches that one. 3rd and short now. Football down inside the 25 of Adrian.
Well, this offense aided by a penalty. Fortunate for them, and now they're in striking range. I would think this is four down territory if you're Alma, but the focus right here is on a 3rd and short.
3rd and short, 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. Ipple and his offense look to the sideline. 4 out wide, 2 on either side.
Just one safety deep for Adrian. It's Kwiatkowski.
Ipple under center, trying to drive forward. Oh my goodness, the linebacker comes off the edge and pulls him back.
Well, that's going to be close. I don't think he got it. We haven't seen many, if any, measurements so far this season, and we might see our first. Normally the officials make the call from where they stand. Right now they're calling it a 4th down and short. This is going to be maybe the length of a football. Interesting call on that quarterback sneak. You run that play knowing you're going for it, as the Scots are right now.
That running back is number 20, Jimmy Clark, not Neil.
Scots running this 4th down play.
Here we go, right up the gut, and they're going for it.
Tough to see.
Doesn't look like they're going to give it to him.
Wow, tough defense up front for Adrian College. We talked about the pressure this defensive line can put on the Scots. They do it right there. They've come up big when they've needed to. This defense hasn't given up a touchdown today to an offense that's used to scoring 30-plus points, and they stifle the Scots at the Adrian 24. What a stand for this defense.
Yeah, that's a big stop, able to, on defense, hold up against the Alma offense, and now see if they can add more points, keep on the scoring drive, keep them going after that first drive looks very good on offense, both through the air and on the ground.
Yeah, we've had momentum plays. We haven't really seen a string of good things going one way or another for either of these clubs, and you're right. I think this is an opportunity. Adrian makes the play on offense and defense, and now the offense back at it.
Give left side, tailback throws the stiff arm, nothing doing. Taken down in the backfield, a loss of 3.
And with the injury to Colton Randall, he was hurt with about 1:58 to play in that first half. The 3rd-string running back is Jimmy Clark, and he returns punts and kicks on occasion. We've called his name a couple times today. So he'll be sprinkled in this offense along with the freshman, Jerome Neal.
3 out wide, 2 on the far side. Werzer in the gun, finishes his cadence, wants to throw, looking right side, check down pass dropped by Joe Cleary.
Yeah, that's very atypical for Joe Cleary. Normally sure-handed receiver, just running a little drag route about 5 yards down the field Wurzer put it right on his hands, unable to corral that as the tight end drops the pass. I think that's the first one officially. These other throws have been contested. That one you have to come up with. A tough break for a normally sure-handed Joe Cleary.
Had some space in front of him, too. Might have been looking downfield before he secured the grab.
3 out wide, 2 on the far side. Wurzer fakes like he's going to check down, runs with the football, gets about 4 yards there on 3rd and long. It's now 4th and 9.
Yeah, not sure if that's a designed run or not. I think it was the way Wurzer pulled it down real quick, and he tucked it, and there was just nowhere to run with the football. Tried to fake a screen to the right side, which they have been throwing that screen pass quite often here tonight. But they faked that, and it's a quarterback run off of it. Nothing doing, and the Scots hold after their offense couldn't convert that drive into points. And a unit that struggled here today, the Adrian College punt unit, we'll see if they can tighten things up.
Yeah, Alma's defense has done a good job against the Adrian screen game so far in this one.
Snap is good. Here comes the punt. It's blocked! Blocked by the Scots. They get the football down on the 17-yard line of Adrian.
I don't know what's going on with this punt unit, but that's been the Achilles heel for Adrian College. That's the second official block on Austin Benke. You can't really blame him for that one. The Scots were in the backfield just about as soon as the football got to him. No choice for him. He tries to do a normal step into that, get a punt off. It's blocked, and more. Great field position for Alma College. They're in scoring range right now, and they're looking for 6. Big break for Alma's special teams, who, you know, we talk about Adrian's mistakes on special teams. It's the other teams making plays as well. Scots know they can get to the football on that punt play, and they do just that.
Man sweeping, takes the give, and makes one Bulldog miss, now tackled down near the sideline. That was Chase Henkel from Concord.
Yeah, a guy that catches a lot of passes. And now we see him on the rushing attack for the Scots. That puts them in plus territory. It's a 2nd and 4 inside the 15. That really opens up the playbook for Mason Ipple, the Scots quarterback. And we have an official timeout on the field. It might be an equipment issue or a player down. It looks like a Bulldog is down. I can't see the number. It's on the far sideline.
As they take a timeout, we will as well. We'll be right back here on the Adrian College Sports Network.
Wants you to join us in thanking one of our sponsors, Lenawee Recreation. Lenawee Recreation has been a staple of fun in Adrian for decades. Lenawee Recreation offers bowling, fun, games, and so much more. Lenawee Recreation offers ZZ's Bar and Grill. It has a variety of lunch and dinner options available. Lenawee Rec is located on College Ave in Adrian. A huge thank to Adrian's Bowling Alley and Barside Grill for sponsoring Adrian College Athletics. The Adrian College...
The scene here at Docking Family Stadium, a Bulldog was laying on the turf at their own 10-yard line. He's up and walking off under his own power. Now, coaching staff will evaluate him. Right now, the situation, Bulldogs lead it by 4. It's 14-10 over Alma College. We have 5:29 to play in the third, just coming off a punt block. The Scots special teams coming up with a play. They have the football, and they're already in the red zone of the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Alma's got something figured out on that on the punt return side of the games, being able to get into Adrian's backfield and block a number of punts today.
Here we go, give close side, and nothing doing. Scots driving forward down to the 10-yard line. 3rd down and short.
Yeah, this defense playing out of their mind here for Adrian College. I've said it a couple times. I can't stress it enough. Alma puts up points. They score the football. They're averaging 4 touchdowns and a field goal per game, 31 points. Adrian's held them to 10, and they've had numerous stops on 3rd down and 4th down. They have another one coming up here without one of their leaders on defense. Stephen Moses out with an injury.
3rd and 1. 2 wide left for the Scots. Ipple calling out, sends a man in motion, fakes the give, goes up the gut to the tailback. He's breaking away. Football is loose. It bounces into the end zone, but the official is saying that was down.
Well, I'm not sure who recovered the football in the end zone. And if it was a Bulldog, it looked like it was. That'd be the play they needed, but they call the running back down. Looked like he was right at the 1 or 2 yard line, but Good push up front by Alma's Alex Dean, Charlie Prescott, and Mason McCullen. Big push up front. Alma on the doorstep.
Here we go. First and goal. Ippel under center. 2 out wide. Quarterback sneak, and he pushes his way into the end zone. No signal yet. There it is. Touchdown, Alma College Scots. 4:21 to go in the third. That was weird. He waited to signal that.
Yeah, it took a while, but Ippel in easily and Alma back in front. You can only ask your defense if you're Adrian to do so much with short fields. That time they had to defend just about 25 yards, 20 yards of field. And you can only keep an explosive offense like this out of the end zone for so long. That's Alma's first touchdown, and it comes with 4:21 left in the third.
16-14 the score right now. Alma attempting the PAT. Snap is good, hold is good. PAT going to go up away, and this one is through. 17-14 is the score. We'll take a 30-second break. Be right back with more Bulldog football here on the Adrian College Sports Network.
Honesty, integrity, confidentiality, and service are the cornerstones of Gurgen Insurance Group. Their missions is to positively impact the communities they serve by providing insurance and products through well-trained professional representatives. A huge thanks to Gurgen Insurance for sponsoring Adrian College Athletics. The Adrian College Sports Network wants you to join us in thanking one of our sponsors, Gurgen Insurance Group. Gurgen offers many services and products to fulfill the goals of their clients. Honesty, integrity, confidentiality, and service are the cornerstones of Gurgen Insurance Group. Their missions is to
The score, it's a Scots lead, 17-14 on Family Day at Adrian College, Docking Family Stadium, the site for this MIAA contest. Alma just scored to go up by 3, and the story has really been the Bulldogs special teams.
It really has been multiple, 2 recorded block punts and then a bad snap on a third. And then see how they kick it on the return, how it goes here. There's been a couple miscues on the return side as well.
Yeah, we'll see Jimmy Clark take this from inside his 10 with some room up the left side. He has to beat the kicker. He'll beat the kicker. There's a flag at the 40, but Jimmy Clark is going to take this to the house. As of now, it's a Bulldog touchdown. We checked the flag. There's one at the Alma 43. There's one at the Bulldog 43. What a momentum killer if it's on the Bulldogs. That would just be another miscue in a long line of them.
Yeah, beautiful return there by Clark, coming up, answering right back for the time being from Alma's touchdown. But let's see what the call is from the refs. Multiple flags, like you said, on the field.
Yeah, they'll get the Bulldogs another penalty on special teams. They'll mark the penalty at the Adrian 45. That'll push him back at least 10 yards. Not sure if it was personal foul variety or just a standard holding call. We get the call from the official. They get a Bulldog guilty of a holding penalty. That negates a touchdown. Would have put the Bulldogs back in front, 20-17, but instead the score stands at Alma 17, Adrian 14. This offense now will have to get the ball down the field and score some points from their own 35. What effort, though, in that kick return by Jimmy Clark, who's had issues today. Made the play, but it won't count for anything.
1st and 10, football from their own 40. Wurzer, right side, uncorks one, caught down on the midfield stripe. Receiver forced out of play over there.
That's a good job on that comeback route. He ran about 10, 15 yards, came back to the football. Wurzer sharp on that play, and that's going to move the chains, and they'll mark it at the Adrian 49, right on top of Bruiser's head.
Wurzer doing a good job there, recognizing kind of the soft coverage from the defense, knowing he had a comeback route coming.
Scott checks out of the game. Kyer Johnson staying in. Right side, and the ball carrier barrels forward across the midfield stripe. Tackled down after a gain of 3.
For the most part, Wurzer's been upright, and I think the running backs have been getting a decent push from this offensive line. Give credit on that play to number 61, Jacob Pasork, and number 70, he's the right guard, Max Protsky, getting the big-time blocks on that Bulldog right side. It's tough to run to the short side of the field where you don't have as much space. Your blocks have to be solid. They were on that first down play, setting up a 2nd and medium.
Second and 6, football on the 47-yard line of the Scots. Bulldogs moving right to left on your radio dial. Werzer fakes the give, a howitzer right side, caught! Wide open, free, end zone, touchdown, Adrian College Bulldogs. 47 yards through the air for the score.
No flags on the play, but a flag after the play. They might get a celebration penalty, but you might take that if you're Adrian coaching staff. Werzer with a 10 out of 10. They call that a dime to the receiver on the outside. Finds Paydirt for 6, and a back-and-forth contest in the second half. We're starting to see these offenses come alive a little bit.
Well, what an unbelievable pass. Had a receiver wide open down the sideline. He got a hold of the football, and it was nothing but speed, and he turned on the jets, switched them on, made his way to the end zone.
Werzer's looked really sharp here in this second half compared to the first half, where he had a couple bad throws, had that pick 6 on the screen play.
And they look for their trusty deep target. That was Henry Wilson. He beat the corner, got between him and the safety, and I can't say it enough, Werzer put the ball right where he needed to. When this offense needed it the most, they needed points. After their defense finally surrendered a touchdown to Alma, they respond and get back on top.
Here comes the PAT, 2:47 to go in the third. Snap is good, hold is good. This kick going up away, and the PAT is no good. 20-17 will remain the score. Kickoff will go back to the Alma Scots. We'll take a 30-second break. Be right back with more Bulldog football here on the Adrian College Sports Network.
We're sponsoring Adrian College Athletics.
The Adrian College Sports Network wants you to join us in thanking one of our sponsors, the Carlton Lodge of Adrian. The Carlton Lodge offers a comfortable and convenient lodging experience. Carlton has spacious rooms and suites, fit for a peaceful night's sleep. Their amenities include a hot tub and pool, a 24-hour fitness center, a business center, and much more. A huge thanks to Adrian College's Choice of Lodging for sponsoring Bulldog Athletics.
Bulldogs will get the football back here at home, leading. Once again, they're up by 3 after a touchdown from Werzer to Wilson. Has them up by 3 here at home against the Alma College Scots. A penalty for celebration puts this kickoff for Adrian. They're booting this thing off from their own 20. Scott return man standing at his own 25.
Kickoff is away. Takes a sputtering bounce down across the 40 and is fielded at the 34. Return man across the 45. Now the midfield stripe lays down a juke and takes a shot shy of the Adrian 40. So again, they start an unbelievably good field position here, Ian.
Yeah, we don't have a staff of 20 or so people feeding us stats, but I'd have to say the majority of Alma's offensive possessions have started in plus territory on the Adrian side of the field. And that's tough. That's tough when a defense goes out there every time knowing, gosh, I can't give up 50 yards. You can give up 50 yards if a drive starts at the other team's 20. You can't do that when it's starting at your own 40. That's a touchdown. Another tough position to put this defense in.
1st and 10, football from the 42-yard line of Adrian. Scots with the ball. Ippel in the gun, looking to his right. 2 receivers out wide on the close side of the field. Quarterback keeper running with it, and he's taken down. A gain of just a yard, maybe 2. 2nd down and long.
That's a group effort. That's a complicated play to defend. It might look like a simple running play, but you have a receiver sprinting across the face of the offense and a quarterback faking that, putting it in the belly of a running back for a couple of seconds, waiting, and then he pulls it out. A solid job of staying home and making a solid tackle for this defense.
2nd and 8, football on their 40. Give left side, ball carrier pinballing his way down towards the sideline and finally out of play. Under 2 minutes to go in the third.
Just a case of losing contain. Haven't seen that much from the Bulldog defense, but Alma able to seal the edge and get their running back to the outside, and after getting stifled on first down, pick up good yardage on second down. This is a manageable 3rd and 2. Not sure if it's a run or a pass, but looking at this offense, it's probably going to be a run from the Scots. We'll see if Adrian counters with some pressure.
Yeah, almost showed that kind of wide receiver jet sweep motion a good amount here in this one. They just did it on back-to-back plays on 1st and 2nd down. Let's see what they do here on 3rd.
3rd and 2 from the 34-yard line of Adrian. There's the sweep again. This time their man has a lot of space, gets a couple of blocks, cuts up the sideline and out of play, just shy of the 20. They'll mark him down right there on the cusp of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10, Alma College Scots.
Yeah, cornerback Sean Starks and Coach Deere saw exactly what we saw in the booth. They thought it was a holding on the edge on the Scots number 2. That was Jared Bright, who got that block on the edge or on Starks, giving the running back space to work. No flag called. Bulldogs were looking for it there. They don't get it, and it's a 1st down for Alma.
Man in motion. Ippel, quarterback keeper, checked out on the screen, and a huge shot delivered. Football is loose, but only for a moment. They'll say it's an incomplete pass.
Boy, repping those long white sleeves. Easy to pick out Sam Madrid on that play. The linebacker from Adrian High School stays home on the play. That was another one of those middle screens where the offensive line let everyone go. They're going to block for their guy, but Madrid sniffed that play out, and a solid tackle, even though the pass was ruled incomplete.
2nd and 10, football on the 20-yard line of Adrian and the Bulldogs. Under 1 minute to go in the 3rd. There's the give, left side, and ball carrier takes a shot down on the sideline. They'll mark him out inside of the 12. 3rd down, short yardage situation.
Just continuing to pound the rock are the Scots. That's what they do. That's their identity. They do not want to throw the football if they don't have to. So they're going to run that right down your throat. Every chance they can. They average 234 yards rushing on the season, just a $146 passing the football.
These are the types of situation Alma likes to be in. 3rd and manageable. Not having to air it out a ton.
3rd down, there's the give up the gut this time. Tailback gets down to the 10-yard line. That should be a 1st and goal, Ian.
Yeah, just starting to wear out the Bulldog front. They can only hold up for so long, and they're really taking their time on this one. The ball should be spotted just around the 10-yard line, and they are going to move the sticks. That's inside the 10, so you're right, Gabe, a 1st and goal. It's a case of just running up the middle, double teams where they need to, getting to the next level, getting that push on a 3rd down to convert yet again. Scots are sniffing the end zone.
1st and goal. Football from the 10 up inside, and nothing doing for the Scots. They get 2 yards. Well, that'll do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Both teams will take a break. We will as well. Be right back with more Bulldog football here on the Adrian College Sports Network.
The Adrian College Sports Network wants you to join us in thanking one of our sponsors, the Carlton Lodge of Adrian. The Carlton Lodge offers a comfortable and convenient lodging experience. Carlton has spacious rooms and suites, fit for a peaceful night's sleep. Their amenities include a hot tub and pool, a 24-hour fitness center, a business center, and much more. A huge thanks to Adrian College's choice of lodging for sponsoring Bulldog Athletics. The Adrian College Sports Network wants you to...
Welcome back here on the Adrian College Sports Network. Gabriel Schrei here with Ian Wendt. Alongside us, Ryan Cuddy. Bulldogs leading 20-17, 15 minutes to go in the contest.
Yeah, just gave up a 3rd down conversion. Scots looking to score again. They're only down 3, so obviously a field goal would tie this game. They're well within the range of their kicker, but that's been the mantra. The talking point is you have to score touchdowns if you're going to win this football game. Adrian has 2. Alma has 1, both from their offense and defense. Should come down to the wire yet again. This conference has so much parity in it. So many teams so close. Never know what to expect week in and week out. I'm sure a lot of people were not expecting a 3-point game going into the fourth. That's exactly what we have here this evening. Scots have done a great job running the football on this drive, and they're looking to do that with the final 7 yards to score another touchdown on a short field. They started this drive inside the Adrian 50.
Here we go. This time, nothing doing.
Yeah, Ipple hasn't thrown the ball too much. He hasn't had to. As the temperatures start to drop a little bit, as the sun goes down, the lights are on at Docking Stadium, illuminating Kaepernick Field. Beautiful scene here on the campus of Adrian College, but you're kind of cold if you're a quarterback. Ipple hasn't had to make too many throws. He had his man, a tight end on the back corner. Just couldn't quite make the throw, sailed on him, sets up a 2nd down and goal. Make that 3rd, my apologies.
3rd and goal from the 7-yard line. Scots with the football. 15 minutes left in the contest. There's the give on the sweep. Receiver throws for the end zone. Touchdown, Scots. The reverse left a man wide open. The DB came up to play. The receiver who took the handoff.
Yeah, that's similar to what Adrian will do. They'll run screen plays all day long. Then they'll fake it. The guys blocking will go out for passes. Alma does that with the running play, and the receiver hits the wide open man. No one within 5 yards of the Scott receiver, and Alma back up top.
23-20, Scots lead. They'll be kicking a PAT now. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is going to go up, away, this one is through. 24-20 the score here inside of Docking Stadium. We'll take a 30-second break, be right back with more Bulldog football here on the Adrian College Sports Network.
Network wants you to join us in thanking one of our sponsors, Lenawee Recreation. Lenawee Recreation has been a staple of fun in Adrian for decades. Lenawee Recreation offers bowling, fun, games, and so much more. Lenawee Recreation offers ZZ's Bar and Grill. It has a variety of lunch and dinner options available. Lenawee Rec is located on College Ave in Adrian. A huge thank to Adrian's Bowling Alley and Barside Grill for sponsoring Adrian College athletics. The Adrian
Welcome back here on the Adrian College Sports Network. 20-24, Bulldogs trail here at home.
Alma on that last drive just seemed to kind of wear down the Adrian defensive line.
That's where the missed extra point earlier in the contest from a Cooper West off a Bulldog touchdown. That would have made it 21-17 at that time. And now the Scots score a touchdown. You're down 4 instead of 3, so that could come back to haunt Adrian later in this one.
Four-point differential here, 14:49 to go in the contest.
Both offenses starting to kind of find their stride here in the second half. After the first half, defense is really kind of dominated, forcing some turnovers. And then, but now the offense is here in the second half, able to find the end zone a few times.
Yeah, a couple of touchdowns per squad in the second half. Bulldogs with a chance to respond, as they've looked pretty good even without their starting running back, Colton Randall.
3 out wide, 2 on the close side, 1 on the far side. Werzer wants to throw, looking laser close side, caught. Bulldog receiver down around the 35-yard line. That's good for an Adrian 1st and 10.
Right there at the sticks, a nice little turn route. Solid catch and a good pickup for a first down. Werzer looking sharp in the second half. He had some miscues in the first, but really bouncing back nicely. That sophomore from Pinckney now looks comfortable with this Bulldog offense.
2 on the far side, 1 on the close side. Werzer give to the tailback, and he is tackled down for a 1-yard loss at the Adrian 34.
Yeah, that's Scott's defensive line doing what they do. They stand up the Bulldog offensive lineman and get in there and make a play on first down. That puts the defense in a good position on second down Talk about the offense getting ahead of the sticks when they get 3+ yards on first down. Now they're behind with the second down and long. This might put some more pressure on the arm of Jack Werzer.
2nd and 10. Football just shy of the 35. Werzer fakes like he's going to throw. Quarterback keeper close side. Cuts inside of his blocker at the 40 and tackled down just shy of a first down. It's 3rd and short at the 44.
That's the second or third time they being Adrian, has tried to run with Jack Werzer in a designed fashion. The first couple didn't work. That one, nice blocking on the right side of the line, and the receivers doing their job. Werzer picks up 9 with his legs. That's up a 3rd down and very manageable. Here trailing by 4 in the 4th.
Just over 13 minutes to go in the contest. Adrian, 3 out wide, 2 on the close side, 1 on the far. Werzer tailback alongside him. There's the flag. False start, Ian.
Yeah, another pre-snap miscue for Adrian, and that's going to march him back 5 big ones. I said it's going to be on the arm of Jack Werzer on the 2nd down and 10. I think it's going to be back in his hands again on a 3rd down and 6. Throwing the football. If there is a breeze here at Docking Stadium, not too much, but if there is, it's at his back.
3rd down and 6. 5 out wide, 3 on the far side, 2 on the close. Werzer in the gun, clock running, wants to throw, pressure coming, uncorks one right side, caught by Wilson. He's open on the 30, crosses the 20, end zone, touchdown, Adrian Bulldogs. Unbelievable catch and run by Wilson, and Adrian is back on top, 26-24.
What a smart move, Wilson, for his 2nd grab of the day. He ran a corner route toward the sideline, wasn't there. He turned upfield, and Werzer put the ball right where he had to. On a 3rd and 6, they get all of it. Most importantly, they're back up in front.
Yeah, a beautiful throw there along the sideline by Werzer. And that 3rd and 1, you kind of had a wide open playbook. Then the false start happened. Now you're forced to throw on a 3rd and 6, and it worked in the favor of Adrian College as finding the end zone on a beautiful pass from Werzer.
Snap is good, hold is good. PAT goes up, away, and through. It's 27-24.
Yeah, that's a huge extra point from Cooper West. It makes a 2-point lead, now a 3-point lead. Scots need a field goal to just tie now and not take the lead. But going back to that 3rd and 6 play, they spread the ball out, or they spread the formation out. 5 receivers in that set. Alma had 3 down linemen, a couple of linebackers up close to the line of scrimmage. Henry Wilson saw something. He only had to beat one guy, and he beat his guy, and he took it to the house. So what have you seen from Henry Wilson here today? He's made a couple of huge plays for the offense.
Yeah, his speed's showing out here. A couple long plays, especially on that last play, just kind of beat the corner along the outside, down the sideline, and then just won the foot race. You're not going to catch him one-on-one when you're trailing him. So he was able to do a good job, slip past the defense, and find the end zone.
Yeah, he's a big, deep play threat for Adrian, and that's a nice security blanket for Jack Werzer to have in the backfield. And the kickoff here, be fielded by an up man for Alma. He's tripped up and taken down. Good play for special teams on it for Adrian College. And if the ball stays where it is marked right now, it'll be Scott football at their own 32-yard line. They will have possession, and their quarterback, Mason Ipple, comes out onto the field, trailing by 3, 12:42 to play here at Adrian College. Ipple, he's looked better in the second half. He hasn't looked great, but I think when he can run the football is when he's at his best.
Yeah, he's kind of like Werzer. First half wasn't too great for either of them. Second half, they both kind of picked up. And still 12 minutes, 42 seconds. That's obviously tons of time. No reason to hit the panic button if you're Alma. Obviously, can still run the ball, run your offense. So let's see how they work here.
And Ipple looks to throw. He escapes right, but not for long. The Bulldogs wrap him up and take him down in the backfield. That's a big loss, a sack there for the defense who really needed one. They put the Scots back behind the chains. That's going to set up a second down and a 16 as the defense gets it home and they take down Mason Ipple.
Yeah, when you're a running offense like Alma is, getting behind the sticks is very tough because now you're forced to throw it, and then you can't keep it on the ground like you want to do, like you've been doing all game long.
Yeah, and I think that's the difference. They went away from what they do. They run the ball. They've been doing it well. No reason to go away from it. As you said, puts them behind the sticks.
Ipple running with the football, this time going right, and has some space, runs the spin move, tackled down, shy of the 40. A gorgeous pickup right there, though.
Yeah, and that's what he can do. We've seen it from Ipple for now a couple of seasons. Alma quarterbacks like to run the football. That's coming out from high school programs that really like to run the football. Don't put in the hands of your quarterback to throw the football. They're more comfortable with their legs. We saw that on that play.
4 out wide, Ipple dealing with the noise of the Bulldogs stadium here.
Jimmy Clark on the Bulldogs sideline, getting the parents, family, friends fired up for this third down.
3rd and 4 from the 38-yard line of their own side of the field. Scott's quarterback, Ipple, diving forward. Boy, and the officials mark him right down at the yard marker.
Yeah, he's right there.
It's got to be enough.
Yeah, the way they've been calling it today, I think that'll be good enough for a first. Yep. That was just enough push, and Ipple with just a bit of hesitation to kind of pick his poison which way to go. He chose to go off of his right guard. That's 53, Mason McCullen, getting just enough push to get a Scott's first down.
1st and 10, football from their own 42-yard line now. Scott's and Ipple looking to the sideline for their next offensive play call.
Yeah, the last play they ran a ghost motion. That means the receiver ran across, didn't do anything. He just kind of stood there, and now they're confused, and they're going to have to take a timeout as that play clock was creeping up towards 0.
Timeout down on the field. We'll take a timeout as well. Be right back in 30 seconds here on the Adrian College Sports Network.
Impact the communities they serve by providing insurance and products through well-trained professional representatives. And thanking one of our sponsors, the Carlton Lodge of Adrian. The Carlton Lodge offers a comfortable and convenient lodging experience. Carlton has spacious rooms and suites, fit for a peaceful night's sleep. Their amenities include a hot tub and pool, a 24-hour fitness center, a business center, and much more. A huge thanks to Adrian College's choice of lodging for sponsoring Bulldog Athletics.
Welcome back here on the Adrian College Sports Network. Gabriel Schrei here with Ian Wendt. 10:43 to go in today's contest. Adrian leads right now 27-24.
Boy, what a season so far. If you love close games, we're glad you've been tuning in because you've had a slew of them the last couple of weeks. We have another one here that will probably come right down to the wire.
See if that timeout used by Alma comes in to kind of hurt them later on. I guess only time will tell on that.
Scott's Ipple fakes the give, and quarterback keeper working out for him so far, runs the spin move, picks up 4 yards. It's now 2nd and medium.
Yeah, really indecision for Mason Ipple. That was it was just one read. You're reading the defensive end, and if he crashes down towards you, you pull the football away from your running back and you take it. And if he stays home, if he just rushes upfield, you give to the back. Adrian put him in a weird position, kept the football, made something out of nothing on first down.
2nd and 6 now from their own 46. Scott's with the ball, clock running. Ipple wants to throw. Pressure coming, climbs the ladder, lofts one right side. It's out of play, 3rd and 6.
Yeah, nowhere to go, looking to go deep. Just one receiver on that side, 3 Scotts on the left. Ipple nowhere to go. The Bulldogs were sniffing blood, and he just got rid of that thing safely into the Alma bench. And another opportunity for Adrian's defense to get off the field. They played a great first half. No touchdowns given up. They've slipped up a couple times here in the second. Now would be a great time to make a great play to hopefully seal up this win.
3rd down and 6. Scots have 4 out wide. Ipple in the gun. Ipple running through his cadence. It's loud. Wants to throw. Over the middle. Dropped. And had a target. Couldn't find him on the needle. It's 4th down, Ian.
Yeah, a couple of rushers for Adrian, and that's what I loved in the first quarter. These linebackers were really active on the football. If there's no one right near you, they were rushing. And Sam Madrid, the freshman, yet again, making a play for Adrian, forcing Ipple to rush that throw. Would have been a tough completion, would have been near the sticks, but Adrian's defense stands tall, and they're going to force a Scott punt.
And that's big for them to get off the field, not allowing points, give the ball back to their offense, and give their defense a breather and see see how much time they can chew off the clock here.
And this punt is away. Fair caught back on the 20-yard line. That's where Adrian will start this next offensive possession.
Yeah, and Alma's just all-around special teams guy. Is 35, Zach Clements. He's a sophomore. On the season, coming into this one, he had 20 punts on the year, averaging 35 yards per kick. He landed 8 inside the 20 coming into this contest. So a couple of able punters here today. As long as they get the protection, these guys can really flip the field. Adrian backed up now. I'm not sure if they're right at the 20 or the 20 and an inch, but a good punt there for Alma. Backs up Adrian's offense deep, and if they can score a touchdown here, it's going to be tough to surmount if you're Alma College the way Adrian's defense is playing.
Especially with Alma's run-heavy offense, you're going to have to force them to put it through the air.
Here's the give, right side. Tailback driving up across the 20. Nothing doing, gain of maybe a yard.
Yeah, nothing too much there, but you'd love to get a touchdown on this drive. But I think points are more important. I think if you score a field goal, that's not terrible. You're up 6. But a touchdown and an extra point could take the lead for Alma. That's obviously a huge difference between scoring a touchdown here and a field goal.
Wurzer on 2nd and 8 from their own 22. Check down pass close side. Tailback makes a man miss, stumbling across the 25 and taken down just shy of the 30.
Jimmy Clark being an active part of this offense. We have not seen Colton Randall so far in the second half. Not sure of his injury. It looked to be a lower body issue, but we have not seen Colton Randall in the second half. So good job by Clark picking up some slack, making a solid run there on 2nd down.
It's kind of been a running back by committee here in the second half, and they've done a good job of even still keeping it on the ground. They're not forcing Wurzer to have to do anything crazy through the air.
3rd and 2, football on their own 28-yard line. Wurzer pitches it back left side. Tailback cuts up inside, crosses the 35. 1st and 10, Adrian Bulldogs on the clock, continues to run with 8.5 to go in the game.
We haven't seen that for a hot second. Is that little sweep play just off left tackle or right tackle. They call that play in a big spot, a big 3rd down. They pick up the needed yardage, and there's an Alma College Scott down on the Adrian 40. They will tend to him, but what a pickup. On 3rd down, you have just about 8.5 to play in this one. You're leading by 3. That just drains more clock. So that's a good move for the offense. They're in a good position right now. If they can just hold on to the football, keep Mason Apple off the field, but because we know he can make plays.
We'll take a 30-second break. Be right back with more here on the Adrian College Sports Network.
College Sports Network wants you to join us in thanking one of our sponsors, Lenawee Recreation. Lenawee Recreation has been a staple of fun in Adrian for decades. Lenawee Recreation offers bowling, fun, games, and so much more. Lenawee Recreation offers ZZ's Bar and Grill. It has a variety of lunch and dinner options available. Lenawee Rec is located on College Ave in Adrian. A huge thank to Adrian's Bowling Alley and Barside Grill for sponsoring Adrian.
Welcome back here on the Adrian College Sports Network. Alma Scott's man is up and getting helped off of the field now.
Yeah, going to need some help. He's relying on the strength of his trainers. Looks to be some sort of a lower body issue, and he was down on the turf for the entirety of that commercial break. So we wish him the best of luck. Not sure the nature of the injury. You never know in any football game what injury could be the one that keeps out for an extended period of time. Hope he gets back in, as this defense needs him right now.
Yeah, you hope he's okay. And then then talking now about Adrian's offense, if not do anything, if you can't score points, just eat away from the clock. You have 8.5 minutes. Just keep taking time away from Alma, from their offense.
I couldn't agree more. And I would attack the second stringer that's in the game right now. Looks to be on the defensive line.
Here we go. There's the give left side, following the center and left guard, and a pickup of about 3 yards down to the 40.
And they try to run up the middle. It hasn't been a bread and butter play for this offense all season, but you have to do it. You have to try it. Keep the defense honest. Keep the linebackers thinking which way is this ball going to go. Is it going to be a sweep? Is it going to be a counter play? That time they try it up inside. They get decent yardage to put them in this 2nd down and medium situation. And I like the strategy here from Adrian. They're draining down this play clock. They want to limit the number of possessions Alma gets in this fourth quarter.
Faking the give, pass, right side, caught. Bulldog receiver makes one cut now, two. Trying to dance around those two defenders and nothing doing.
Yeah, Donald Scott, he's been more of a part of this offense than he's been in the past. Really getting involved. A good catch on that second down play, and again, moves the chains, keeps the clock moving. When you have a 3-point lead in the later stages of the fourth, we're over halfway through the fourth quarter, you want to keep the offense on the field because you're going to need the defense to make a play at some point. You want them fresh and ready to go.
1st and 10, football from their own 47. Pitch right side, ball carrier rumbling forward across the midfield stripe down to the 46 of the Scots. Makes this next play a lot more manageable here, Ian.
Yeah, you can really do anything, and I know you want to keep the clock moving, keep the ball on the ground, but this is a great time for maybe a play-action look.
Yeah.
Wilson's beat Alma over the top a couple times. Looks like he might get one-on-one coverage again. He's beaten it a couple of times. We'll see the play call right here.
You've got
Three
Wilson
split out wide, two on the close side, one on the far.
Almost
Wurzer.
defense creeping up too, sorry.
And there's the flag. False start.
Yeah, they got Wilson on that. I think he was ready to go. I think he saw the coverage. He must have heard me talk about it. He was ready to go, amped up, just got a little ahead of himself, and that's going to back this thing up another 5 yards. That might put you out of big play opportunity to maybe running the ball on this down and see what you can come up with on third. I'd have to believe they were going for Wilson there. It had all the looks of it. He was just amped up and ready to go.
Saw the defense playing up too. Not much help over top.
Same formation here on 2nd and 8 from their own 49. Adrian, there's the give and another flag. This time the tailback makes a nice cut and is tackled down at the 40 of the Scots. A 1st and 10 if this play stands.
Yeah, that's an excellent run right up the middle. We've said they've struggled with it so far, and they get a good play off of it, but we'll check this penalty. It was right on the snap of the football. That's either an alignment issue for Adrian or Alma was offsides, and we will await the call. As per usual, the Bulldogs backing up. It is against Adrian. It's a formation issue. Can't do that. That's a couple of plays erased for this offense, and that backs them up 10-plus yards to go for the second down.
Yeah, and that really sucks the momentum out of your team and your offense.
Fortunate for Adrian, the clock's still moving, though. We're inside of 6 minutes in the ball game.
27-24, Adrian lead here inside of Docking Family Stadium. It is now 2nd and 13 as their offense has 5 wide. Wurzer in the gun, looks right, now running through his cadence. Looks left, fakes the check down. Now wants to run with it, coming close side. Missile caught by Wilson. Wilson cuts towards the hash marks and is tackled down. But that's a 1st and 10 here, Ian. 5:23 showing on the clock. It continues to run.
Yeah, it makes a play right there, and he's definitely a contender for my pick of player of the game coming up at the conclusion of this ball game. He has a couple of touchdown grabs. He's been all over the field. Has Henry Wilson a security blanket for Jack Wurzer, and that's a 2nd down conversion. Now they're in Alma territory. Clock's still moving. This offense has been on the field for quite some time now.
Yeah, that was great pocket awareness too by Wurzer, stepping up, finding kind of where the pressure's coming from and feeling it and able to find his open man.
Check down pass, close side. Receiver stumbling out of play as he crosses down to the 35. Clock stops with 4:55 showing. Just about 1st down yardage.
Nice catch by, I believe that's Jalen Parker. He's a senior from Warren. He's gotten some playing time here tonight, making a catch right there. Alma stacked the box. They brought a couple of blitzers for pressure. Wurzer slung it out there, let his receiver do the work on 1st down.
2nd and 2 from the 34 of the Scots. Adrian, clock running. They have the football. They lead 27-24. Wurzer gives it off. Tailback with a nice cut, bursting through defenders and dragging them down to the 25-yard line. 1st and 10, Adrian, 4:20 on the clock.
Oh, that's a gutsy run. And Wurzer on that first hand clap the Alma linebackers crept up to the line of scrimmage. They were bringing heat, and they did. Adrian actually ran the ball right at a blitzing linebacker, but the back able to scoot on through and pick up first down yardage. And another Scott is on the turf. He's at the Alma 27-yard line. The staff out there to check on him. A few injuries in this game. You'd hate to see that. We haven't seen Colton Randall for Adrian. He's been out this whole second half. Stephen Moses, the safety for Adrian, out for an extended period of time here today. And a couple of Scots have gone down as he gets back up and he trots off. So that's a good sign for Alma College. That was number 24. He's the senior defensive back, Max Kretschmar. He's the defensive back who scored the pick six, the only score for Alma in that first half. Glad to see he's up and jogging off the field under his own power.
He's from Marine City.
Is he really?
Yeah.
He would score, too. I'm a St. Clair Saint.
Yeah.
And a big rivalry there up in the Blue Water area.
Yep.
They have a program over there in Marine City. Let me tell you what. I won't tell you what right now. We can talk later.
On. Okay.
Yeah, close game here. Want to focus on that. But thanks for that nugget.
Yeah,
those
got
are nice
you.
little nuggets.
Yep. 3 out wide, 2 on the close side. 4 minutes to go in the contest. Adrian with a football. They lead 27-24. Pitch back left side. Ball carrier following the tight end takes a shot down low. No gain. Not really a loss. If there is one, it's a small one. Clock runs.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, you go ahead.
Well, they did another good job at spreading out that play. They've figured out, okay, Adrian likes to run that little sweep play. So the linebackers and D linemen just stretch that play out. And if you're a safety in that instance, you have to come up and make that tackle. He did right there. Now it's a second down and long. Adrian, I think they're right on the edge of Cooper West range for field goals. The wind hardly existed here at Docking Stadium. You'd like to score some points on this drive.
2nd and 10, football on the 25-yard line of Alma. Werzer, a flag before he can continue the play.
Another pre-snap penalty.
False start going against Adrian.
Yeah, they've done a pretty good job of overcoming penalties on this drive. Normally, they're drive killers. That's what the nickname for penalties are, is drive killers. But they've overcome 1 or 2 so far in this drive, and they have another one here on this second down and long.
Yeah, Adrian College really shooting themselves in the foot, like you mentioned, with those penalties. This one pushes them back to 2nd and 15. See if they have another big play in them to make this at least a 3rd and manageable.
Football from the 30 of the Scots. 3 out wide, 2 on the close side. Werzer fakes the give. Here's a laser right side. Caught! Hold in! End zone! Touchdown! Bulldogs! They lead 33-24. 2:37 left in the game. What a catch! What a run! Unbelievable.
Cool, calm, and collected. Touchdown for Adrian College. What a night. Oh, that's Donald Scott making the play. Tight coverage, finds pay dirt. He's found the end zone a couple of times. He's pumped up. The fans love it here on Family Day. Bulldogs up 9 now, late in the 4th.
Harry Bailey celebrating was amazing. Offensive coordinator down there with his offense going nuts. That was fun to watch, actually.
A crazy good throw from Jack Werzer.
That was nuts.
Ice in his veins, but not in his throwing arm. He needs blood to keep that arm flowing. Makes a good throw. Scott with a contested catch and a touchdown for the Bulldogs, who have eclipsed the 30-point mark here tonight. The offense really coming alive in the second half.
PAT is good. It's a 10-point ball game with 2:37 to go. 34-24. We'll take a 30-second break. Be right back here on the Adrian College Sports Network. Welcome back here on the Adrian College Sports Network. 2:37 showing on the clock, 34-24. Adrian holds a 10-point lead. They'll give the football back to the Scots. It would take a miracle for the Scots to get a win here. Big high aerial kick fielded at the 35. Return man tackled down at the 45. That's where they'll start this next drive.
Yeah, and you only say miracle to come back in this one because I don't think they could prove me wrong, but I don't think this offense is built to strike quickly.
No.
I think Alma's built to ground and pound, keep possession of the football, similar to what Adrian did on that last drive. Stay on the field, chew up some clock, run the football. This will be all in the arm and legs of Mason Ipple, who will have all eyes on him from both the Bulldog defenders and the Alma College fans who traveled here to Adrian tonight.
Yeah, Adrian on that last drive doing a great job of chewing the clock. I believe they had about 5.5, 6 minutes taken off.
And nice pass over the middle, caught. 1st and 10 now for the Scots.
Yeah, just right in front of the safety, and Ipple put it right on the money. Scott's already in plus territory.
They're running the hurry up. 2:20 left in the game. Ipple rolling, pressure coming. Lets a laser go left side, and this one is out of play. Got it on the money, but off the mark to the left.
You have to have confidence in your ability. If you're going to run to your left or as a right-handed quarterback, and that's your go-to play, is to roll to the left and throw on the run. Ipple just ran out of space. His receiver couldn't get to that football as it did sail harmlessly for Adrian out of bounds. Scots could kick a field goal here if they choose to do so. I know coaches will vary if they want to score a touchdown first or a field goal.
Ipple's pass. Wow, it looked like it was tipped, but the receiver has it down inside the red zone. 1st and 10 down to the 20-yard line. What a catch and run by Chase Hinkle. I thought that football was tipped.
Yeah, and with that catch, they're just about in field goal range. So if they want to kick this thing, they could do so with that clock running, but it looks like they're trying to go for 6 first.
Ipple pass lofted right side, and the receiver dove but couldn't hang on to it. Would have been an unbelievable catch.
Yeah, it would have, and a good throw by Ipple, who looked a little cold early on in this quarter. He's made a couple of solid throws on this drive, putting his offense in scoring position here down 10, inside 2 minutes to play.
Yeah, Alma finding kind of big plays when they needed it here in the second half. Haven't had much this whole game, really. Pretty much, obviously, keeping things on the ground, sticking with their offense, but now needing to air it out. They're finding some rhythm on offense.
4 out wide, 2 on either side. Ipple looks to throw. Pressure coming. Steps up. He's in trouble. Going down. Clock will continue to run as Ipple is sacked.
We get the official word on the sack.
Timeout down on the field.
Boy, that sack really makes things interesting. It's a 3rd and long. I think you're right on the cusp of field goal range for Clements. He's made one already today. Alma with decision time on the sideline. Gabe, what do you think that conversation is on the Scott sideline?
I think they know what they're going to run already, and they're just relaying that to their offense or special teams unit. I would assume offense, and they're saying, hey, this is the plan. This is what we're doing. This is how we're going to make it work.
Yeah, the clock will stop if you get a first down, so you don't necessarily have to take your what would be 3rd timeout. Alma using their 2nd here. They used one earlier in the quarter, and we talked about, maybe it could come down to needing that timeout. They need it. It would be nice to have in this situation, but down to 1, timeout, trailing by 10. They have to find the end zone. They have to find points on this drive. They're in position to do it. We'll see if they can execute.
3rd down and 10. Football from the 22-yard line of Adrian. Scots trail 34-24. 1:49 left in the game. Ipple has 4 receivers out wide, 2 on either side. Wants to throw. Lets a laser go left side. Caught. And the receiver is able to hang on to it. 1st and goal, Scots.
Holy cow, what a catch in coverage. Ipple with confidence to fire that thing in there. Alma's in business, 1st and goal. The clock did stop with $1:42 to play, and it'll start when they blow the whistle. So Alma in great position to score.
Beautiful catch there by the wide receiver, knowing that he was going to take a shot.
And Ipple, quarterback keeper, headed for the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Alma Scots, 92 seconds left to go. This one stays tight, a 4-point ball game now.
Ippel does it all for this team. Just a dynamic football player. Can beat you with his legs like we saw in that touchdown run. But we're seeing some arm from Mason Ippel, able to drive his team with ease and confidence right down the field and score on this defense, which we knew was going to be hard for Adrian to stop. I mean, this offense can just flat out score points. Right now, Adrian on top by 4 with a huge extra point upcoming.
Here's the PAT. Snap is good, hold is good, and the kick goes up, away, and through. Okay, 34-31 the score. 3-point ball game. We'll take a 30-second break. Be right back with a conclusion here on the Adrian College Sports Network.
The Adrian College Sports Network wants you to join us. The Adrian College Sports Network wants you to join us in thanking one of our sponsors. The service never stops once you visit CR Motors in Hudson. CR Motors builds customers for life. With a full automotive service and maintenance department, CR Motors both repairs and sells vehicles. They have tons of brand new options and top-of-the-line used options too. A huge thanks to CR Motors of Hudson for sponsoring Adrian College Athletics.
All right, the hands team out there for Adrian College as the Scots are going to line up for what could be the game-deciding onside kick. Alma scored just moments ago to pull this game within 3. It's 34-31, Adrian College lead. We have a minute 32 to play. Alma lining this thing up. Ball in the 35, right in the middle of the field. Going to get this onside kick set to go. Adrian really bunched up toward the middle of the field, and they will adjust accordingly as Alma spreads them out. I'd be surprised if it's a deep kick. One man deep for the Bulldogs.
With one timeout, I think you got to go onside here.
They do. It's to the left. It's in the hands of a Bulldog. It's recovered at the Adrian 47. Making the play for Adrian. This special teams unit, who's had issues all game long, come up with the play. Adrian's going to get the football and a chance to seal this thing up at the Alma 36-yard line. That, folks, could put the icing on the cake.
Yeah, fitting it came from the special teams after the blocked punts, after the kind of the miscues on the kick return. They were able to come up big when they needed it, however.
Adrian going to use one of their timeouts. They're down to 2 left. They want to talk about what to do. Alma with a timeout. You know they're going to go for the football. They're going to stand up the running back, try to punch that thing out. It's a chess match now between the 2 coaching staff, but a great job by the Bulldog hands team coming up with that play. It looks easy. It's the most stressful thing in football, I think, is being on the hands team on the defense trying to seal up a win.
Especially when you never know what kind of bounce that ball is going to take. Kind of it's coming at a weird angle with that one, no really kind of funny bounce, true bounce for the hands team there for Adrian, but you never know.
Yeah. Unfortunately for Alma, you'd like that kick to hit a couple times and then bounce up in the air about 12 feet and go up and get it. It never did that. Kind of squeaked along the turf. Adrian able to recover, and they are in victory formation. Alma, just one more chance to kill this clock. Will be not quite enough to pull out the victory.
And there's the knee. Whistles sound down on the field.
The best formation in all of football. Victory formation. I'll tell you what, this team put together an effort. We're going to talk about it at length in our postgame show. Be sure to tune in for that. Lots of stats, lots of things to go through. Bulldogs going to get this win here at home, but there were points left out there. There were mistakes made by all 3 facets of the game, offense, defense, special teams. We'll highlight those as well. But, wow. I can't give enough credit to the defense. I don't think I've done them justice, what they've done here tonight against an Alma team that's confident, coming off a couple of good wins in the MIAA, bringing that team here to town. They're confident. Adrian, a heartbreaking loss on the road to Olivet. Rebounds here at home, and they're going to get a 3-point win on family night.
1:26 to go in the contest. 34-31. It's 2nd and 13 from the 49-yard line of the Scots. And Werzer running around to that football. Goes down for a huge loss.
That's an interesting kneel down from Jack Werzer. That's going to hurt his rushing yards. Backed up about 10 yards on that play before he took a big hit. But Adrian I know they're trying to take time off the clock. That's why Werzer didn't take a knee immediately, and it was going to be close if they needed to snap the ball on 4th down.
Yeah.
So that's a good play called by the coaching staff and working the clock.
And that should seal up the amount of time on the clock. That means they'll be able to run out the day.
Whistle.
Timeout.
Coach Deere wants to talk about it.
Down on the field, Jim Deere.
Still some coaching to be done. 39 seconds to remain. There's really wouldn't be much time, if any, for Alma. Maybe just a punt return to get the ball back, but right now it's looking good for Adrian.
Yeah, all they have to do is take a knee, and that'll run out the clock on the day.
Yeah, got to give it up to this offense. Scoring enough. What's the key word? Touchdowns. They didn't settle for a field goal. They put the ball in the end zone, and that's what they had to do against Alma College. And the success this team has had against Alma recently, as of late, just continues as they put together an impressive string of games under head coach Jim Deere.
3rd and 22, one knee should end the day. Big thanks to everyone for tuning in here on the Adrian College Sports Network. We're going to be back with our post-game show momentarily.
Stats, analysis, look around the league again. This MIAA is really unpredictable, except Hope. It's up at the top, and they're going to add 1 second to the clock. But we'll talk about the MIAA, maybe look around college football in general, but really focus on this Bulldog win here at home.
Jack Werzer just has to burn 2 seconds before going down, and he's able to do so. Flag on the play after he takes a knee and a shot, and everyone's got something to say about that.
This isn't usually a chippy rivalry, but it really is. This thing dates back to the early 1900s when these teams met on the field. I think it was, I want to say around 1911.
You got it, 1911.
I think I remember the score. I looked it up. 18-5, Bulldog win.
You got it.
We all did our homework. This rivalry goes back over 100 years. And in the few years we've called this game, not too much chippiness.
No, I like this game. This is a fun game.
Right. You'd hate to see that on the last play. I mean,
yeah,
getting a hit on Jack Werzer, that's going to be a 15-yarder against Alma. And I think that's just going to build on this historic rivalry. Put a little chip on the Scott shoulders, a little chip on the Bulldog shoulders going into next season. And these teams have to take advantage of this game. Alma has to learn what they did wrong. I think their offense left points out there. Safe to say with the position they had, they'll have things to go over. This Bulldog staff gets a big-time win, an upset here at home.
Yeah, Adrian battled throughout this whole game, like you alluded to earlier, and just they never gave up. Alma retook the lead a few times here in the second half, but Adrian was always there to have an answer.
Yeah, I go back to a quote from Jim Deere. It's pretty simple. He says, "I love this team."
Yeah.
He says it with emotion every time. He means that he loves these players, and the fans love this win here on Family Day over an Alma team that looked almost unstoppable through 5 games.
Well, there you go. This team is all kinds of fired up, and who can blame them? They take the field with a victory here to end the night. 34-31 the final tally. Thanks for tuning in here on the Adrian College Sports Network. For the Scots, the Bulldogs, the fans, our whole crew, Ryan Cuddy and Ian Wendt, Gabriel Schrei. Be sure to stay tuned for our post-game show. All kinds of great analysis, stats, our player of the game, and more coming up. Ian, any thoughts before we go and come back with the post-game show?
I'm going to save my thoughts for the post-game show.
Okay.
I'm going to make them wait it out. They should stay tuned in. Lots
Sweat
of
it
great
out.
stuff here in the booth A lot of minds up here putting stuff together. So be sure to tune in. This was a great football game, and we'll break it down in just a little bit.
Okay, we'll take a quick 60-second break and be right back with more here on the Adrian College Sports Network.
The Adrian College Sports Network wants you to join us in thanking one of our sponsors. The service never stops once you visit CR Motors in Hudson. CR Motors builds customers for life. With a full automotive service and maintenance department, CR Motors both repairs and sells vehicles. They have tons of brand new options and top-of-the-line used options too. A huge thanks to CR Motors of Hudson for sponsoring Adrian College Athletics.
Thanks to Gurgen Insurance for sponsoring Adrian College Athletics. The Adrian College Sports Network wants you to join us in thanking one of our sponsors, the Carlton Lodge of Adrian. The Carlton Lodge offers a comfortable and convenient lodging experience. Carlton has spacious rooms and suites, fit for a peaceful night's sleep. Their amenities include a hot tub and pool, a 24-hour fitness center, a business center, and much more. A huge thanks to Adrian College's choice of lodging for sponsoring Bulldog Athletics. The Adrian College.
And it's another Bulldog victory. They do so at home at Docking Family Stadium. It's a win over the Scots on Family Day, 34-31. Adrian College with a 3-point win. What a contest. The Bulldogs improved to 2-1 in the MIAA, a date at Albion next weekend. But we'll stick with it right here. A lot of stats to get to. We'll do that in a minute. What are your thoughts on this game as a whole? I know there's a lot to break down.
I think their defense really held up strong. It seemed like Alma in that second half, the running game was starting to get to them. The defensive line started to get worn out a little bit. They made some big plays, though, when they needed it, was able to kind of hold them out of the end zone in the first half, which really helped them later in the second half when Alma seemed to kind of get it rolling on offense. But and then Adrian on their offensive side of the ball, just kind of a running back by committee, Colton Randall, went out late in that first half, never returned in the second. So it was good to see Adrian on offense. They really didn't miss it. They didn't skip a beat without him, as they looked really strong throughout.
Yeah, very well-coached game, a well-coached team. There were deficiencies in every facet of the game for both schools. For Adrian, their punt team really struggled again. We saw that early this season. They kind of squared that away the last 2 weeks, but came back to bite them in this one. And I think you pretty much hit the nail on the head with the defense. I think you look at the score, you see 31 points. You're thinking, wow, that's a lot of points to give up. That's 4 touchdowns and a field goal. Well, Alma's defense scored one of those points, one of those touchdowns. So, and they kept them out of the end zone the first half. You can only do that for so long in any football game. It's really tough to do, play the way they did for the entirety of the game against a really good Alma team. I mean, they've really improved even from last season. This team is right there in the thick of things in the MIAA. And I think Adrian proved that we're not going anywhere. We might be at 1-1 in the league. We're right there. We have you at home. We always play this. We usually play this team well at home. It's at Alma where we have our issues. But Adrian took care of business and got the win, 34-31. Run down a couple of stats for you here. The score was, be nice if I had the right piece of paper, wouldn't it? There we go, 34-31 in Adrian win. Adrian ran the ball 40 times, 115 yards. Jack Werzer only threw for 403 yards today, 4 touchdowns.
Light work today for Werzer.
Yeah, and he threw so many touchdowns, he decided to give one to Alma as he threw a pick 6 in the first half. A great game by Jack Werzer. Colton Randall led the way rushing for Adrian, 74 yards, 15 carries. He went out in the first half. So there were yards to be gained for Colton if he were able to come back. He was not. What a game. Boy, Henry Wilson, 7 catches, 2 went for scores. He had 197 yards receiving. That's a 28-yard average per catch. He's a big play threat. When he got the defense that he wanted, he could beat him over the top.
Yeah, I think his speed kind of really is what hurt Alma's defense today. They weren't able to keep him in front of him. He was able to get behind the defense, get behind the defensive backs, and especially there was different plays where the defense kind of started to creep up to the line of scrimmage, and they were able to burn him over top with Wilson and his speed.
And I mentioned earlier, I think the defense probably played their best game. Even though they gave up some points, they played their best game. Because looking at these stats, Mason Ipple only completed 8 passes for 95 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. Running the football, their leading rusher was Dustin Solomon. He had 5 carries. Well, their leading rusher was Ipple, actually. 18 carries, only 36 yards. So you keep Mason Ipple to about 120 yards total for a game. That's doing your job on defense. Adrian able to shut down the Alma quarterback. But really, I think Ipple kept him in the game at times.
Definitely with his legs, able to extend drives. And also another thing to add up for the Adrian defense, that 31 points doesn't tell the whole story. The field position to start for Alma on seemingly almost every drive was at least up maybe to at least their 40-yard line, I want to say. Because and Adrian special teams kind of hurt themselves on that, hurt their defense by kind of having some miscues on that side of the ball. So Alma, with having great field position, Adrian's defense, I thought, really held strong.
Yeah, a lot of players playing great games, a lot of things to look at. And I usually, and I do get tasked with picking a player of the game. And I'll look through some stats. We're going to take a break here, and I'll go through some numbers. We'll take a 30-second break. I'll be back to pick our player of the game here on the Adrian College Sports Network.
The Adrian College Sports Network wants you to join us in thanking one of our sponsors. The service never stops once you visit CR Motors in Hudson. CR Motors builds customers for life. With a full automotive service and maintenance department, CR Motors both repairs and sells vehicles. They have tons of brand new options and top-of-the-line used options too. A huge thanks to CR Motors of Hudson for sponsoring Adrian College Athletics.
The final tally. It's a Bulldog victory here at Docking Family Stadium. 34-31. Adrian beat the Alma College Scots, who came in undefeated in the league, 2-0, 4-1 on the season. A great effort by them. They just could not take advantage of field position, as we've talked about at length here for the postgame show. So I have to pick a player of the game. Grab the wrong paper again. But I know my pick. He scored a couple times. He beat the defense over the top. I know that if I could give it to a group, it's the defense. I think they played an excellent football game, but I have to give it to a player of the game. It's Henry Wilson. He had 7 catches, a $197, a long of 61, and he scored a couple of touchdowns. So do you agree? Do you think Wilson's a pretty good pick for player of the game?
Yeah, I think definitely Wilson or Wurzer. Wilson or Wurzer. Wurzer going eclipsing 400 yards today. But, I mean, Wilson made some tremendous plays, big plays that really helped the Adrian offense kind of get going early in the game. And and he was able to keep it going in the second half as well.
Yeah, Wurzer getting it done. Wilson was his guy. And he was early, and he came back to him when he needed some big plays. Wurzer gets his share of player of the games. He had a great performance. Give it to Wilson because of that pick 6 Wurzer threw.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I
think I'm not arguing the Wilson
we'll
pick.
We'll give love to him. Wurzer played a great game. Someone had to get the ball to Wilson. But player of the game, Henry Wilson, and a Bulldog victory. So that's it for me. That's all the analysis I can dissect. What a great 60 minutes of football. Alma came ready to play. So did the Bulldog defense, and they come out with a 3-point victory, 34-31. Any final thoughts?
I think just for Adrian, they've had so many close games over the past few weeks with they had a string of back-to-back weeks on last-second field goals that they were able to win it. Last week against Olivet, that was a heartbreaker to lose on the road. But I think to come back and after that loss last week, to come back, regroup against a very good Alma team at home this week, I think they showed some real grit and some real heart today in pulling off this victory.
Okay, gentlemen, thanks so much. We're going on the road next week at Albion for the rivalry game with the Brits. But again, the final score this week, 34-31 in favor of the hometown Adrian Bulldogs. They best the visiting Scots. For the Bulldogs, the Scots, the fans are excellent crews for both radio stations and Adrian College Television, as well as my color partner, analyst, and good friend Ian Wen. I'm Gabriel Schrei. This has been Bulldog Football on the Adrian College Sports Network. Good night, Lenawee County.